Hello, it's me, Douglas Plug. I need some T-shirts for my business.
No, this is ACD best of. This has nothing to do. Also, nothing to do with plugs.
I need some T-shirts for my business and maybe a tent.
Oh, DougThePlug.com T-shirt. Oh, Hidden Skins can do that for you.
They can.
We just got all our BDM appreciation shirts from Hidden Skins. They printed that tagless, size on the back of the shirt.
It is better, man. It just is. It is better when
it looks high quality.
The fit and the finish that they do is unmatched. And a really cool thing that you can do, because I like this kind of stuff. It's almost like old school now, right?
Yep.
You can go and check out their showroom.
It's beautiful.
And it will probably seal the deal. Like, you'll walk in, you'll look around, you'll be like, oh, yeah, these are the guys I want building my products for my company.
Yeah, it's right there, located near Camping World Stadium, downtown Orlando.
Super close.
But their showroom, they've got like a little event space. Like, it's going to blow your mind. You're like, this isn't China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's nice. And they show you all the kind of stickers that they can make, like all the different types. They show you how they print the shirts, everything. It's really cool.
Screen printing, embroidery, promotional items. They do full tents. They do car wraps, vehicle wraps.
Yeah.
I know Danger Brain is working with them, doing the competition where they're giving a vehicle wrap and redoing a branding.
Like a full brand.
Yeah, for like a small business. And they just picked a winner, by the way. But Hidden Skins is
Surprise, it was us.
We're getting the wrap.
That's not true.
Yeah, but they can do anything for a business that you need to make you look pro.
Or you can just ask. I mean, I'm sure there's some things that maybe they haven't even done yet. Just ask them. They kind of aim to be that one stop.
Yeah.
I just go there and get everything through Hidden Skins.
Listen, this is what we did when we went out on our own, and we made ourselves look pro with the Danger Brain, and by doing pro things like this, and by having nice branding, and by having pro shirts, and you know what I'm saying? And it set us apart, and we were doing stuff that was better than big business. And you guys can do that out there because it's possible now. So all of a sudden now the small guy is like, hey, they look more pro than the big guys.
Yeah, and they got fast turnaround times. I mean, they can do all of it. Quality work, genuine customer service, all the way back from 2006. So they've been in the game for 20 years.
It's hittenskins.com, HITTN skins.com. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and there's currently a man mulching trees over my car. Right now, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear the goddamn man mulching trees over my car. What the hell are you doing?
It makes me and Ross bad people that we think this is so funny. Ross got great joy when he walked in here.
He ran to the door like Santa would. Like he saw Santa flying through the sky. He ran to the door and he looked outside. He's like, oh my God, they are mulching over Daniel's car. They're mulching.
Dan went outside to take a peek, and I ran behind him just in case he was about to lose it on him. I wanted to see it. Yeah.
Ross gets excited about potential confrontation.
You thought I was going to confront.
Possibility.
And you know what? I'm going to give you that 100%. Yes. I think 5 years ago, 1,000,000% I would have confronted. But I really have been trying to work harder on understanding that, things are things and people got jobs. Yeah, come on, and things happen. When you got up and you ran over there and looked and you thought I was going to get in a confrontation, were you going to help?
Oh, I had your back for sure.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Because that would have gone really poorly. You understand that, right? Had I started confronting and then he started pouring Ross gas on. Ross gas all over. Whoosh, whoa, big blue flame, big white blue.
Now, if that would have happened, I would have plugged my ears.
Well, really, this would have made you uncomfortable.
So
Ross and I are
frozen in the office.
So you're at your desk talking to your wife. Something's going on over there too, and I don't know what it is. But you've been on your phone and you muffle talking. And there's you're fixing things over there. I can hear it. There's something's in disarray.
I can hear it.
Something's in disarray.
He can hear my mumbles.
I hear him. He's like,
I'm trying to fix something without Daniel knowing I'm fixing something. I'm over here fixing something without Daniel trying to know I'm fixing something.
And I hear it. I'm like, what are you fixing over there? You're fixing something. What are you doing?
I'm like, he stopped typing to listen to my mumbles.
I did. Sometimes I turn up my music here and then I walk to the door. I'm like, the music's on over here. He can't. No, I'm kidding. I do not do that.
No, you can. I assume that everyone's listening.
By the way, this is Ultra Crazy. We're on an Ultra Crazy Monday, and welcome to it.
You didn't think that there was odd that there's a big painting in your office that's a life-size portrait of Daniel and the eyes move?
And it's right where his eyes are over here.
Okay. Do you want to do my new bit?
Yes, but before we do that,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I was mumbling to my wife because I left my cell phone and my wallet inside my boat yesterday, and we got all the way home before we realized it.
Really?
Yeah. And it's fine. I just had to go this morning.
No, I'm just amazed. That implies you went like 20 minutes without looking at your phone. That's
No, you went a whole night. That means you went a whole night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Didn't you go a whole night with no phone? How did that? Honestly, I wrote it down to ask you how did that feel?
Well, first I instantly fell asleep because I have no
You
brain
needed it.
stimulation.
Oh my
I
God,
was
you needed it so
I
bad.
was like laying in bed. I was like, I have nothing to look.
God.
I just fell asleep because my brain wasn't stimulated.
That's probably what those sloths did as soon as they got to the zoo. You know what I mean? They're like, ah.
I thought about
Thank God.
I thought about how many people were texting me about emergency. I thought about Tracy's probably trying to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Because we got some client emergency
Think
happening.
about how many boat mechanics are rubbing their balls on your phone.
I'm like, I did get drunk at the Science of Wine, and maybe.
Oh no! Did you jeopardize the client?
maybe
Let me.
Jeff.
I'm gonna pants you pants to Jeff. Great. So Jeff from the Science Center is saying, "Hi everybody, welcome to Science of Wine," and you ran up there and you pantsed him.
I was underdressed for the Science
Oh,
of Wine.
God, what'd you wear?
Well, just jeans and a button-down shirt, like I was going to.
That's fine. What's wrong
Bahama
with that?
Breeze.
That's closed.
But
R.I.P.
people are just fancy.
R.I.P. Bahama Breeze.
Yeah, most people wear a tux to the Science Center.
Well, you know, it was
I'm
like
here
a
for
wedding.
some bang bang shrimp.
And then I thought, I was like, Daniel's probably texting me some emergencies that happening. They're chopping the trees down.
Like, help! They're chopping over my car. Help!
some sort of another emergency's happening. I got other clients. My turn of Dr.
Yeah.
Powers trying to deliver.
Jeff is texting. He's like, "Why did you pants me? You're my friend." Like,
Wow, in your mind, the world really needs you.
And got to my boat, ran over to where. By the way, Crystal
Hold on.
hid my wallet and my phone, and just in case someone
Easter.
would have climbed in the boat and trying to steal my wallet or phone, so she hid it real good.
is that a thing?
No, that is not a thing. And it just made me not remember to bring it home. Anyway,
That's pretty easy to fool
So,
you. Pretty
okay.
easy to get your phone away from you. Chat room.
no one texted me, by the way. Not one email, not one text. Didn't need it.
Tracy is actually kind of copping to this. She said that your wife Crystal texted her. Tracy, who works with us in the sales department, and asked if it was a dressy event. And Tracy said it was not. She didn't realize people dressed up, and she says it's her fault that you were underdressed.
Oh, no.
You need to start blaming your staff. A good host, a good radio
could've
host,
gone online.
a good podcast and radio host would always blame his staff.
Yeah, you're right. I go. All right.
You need to blame Tracy, and you need to tell your wife
Yeah,
if that dumbass
Yeah.
Tracy had been on the details, and then you need to dock her pay.
Yeah.
Or she could show us one booth
Okay, all
for
right,
3.5 seconds,
All right.
and that's the penance.
Treat her like you treat your wife with the wallet and phone thing. You know how you messed up, but you blamed your wife? Just do that with Tracy.
Yeah, all right. I will do that. I did think about when I got to my boat this morning. It was a nice, beautiful morning.
What do you think about just getting on it and never coming back?
What?
Yeah, you did the good Charlotte. He gets in his boat, never calls me, never calls you, never calls his family, leaves
Yeah.
his son. He just literally rides out straight to Cuba.
Well, I can't get too far because gas is too expensive. By the way, I put $100 in my boat to take my boys and their friends to
just long enough to eat a pub sub idling.
Oh, yeah, 1 quarter and moved it 1 quarter. I was like, God damn!
How much would it cost to fill your boat? You
I
want to
don't know,
have a fun?
like $400?
I want to do wakeboarding. I want it topped off. I want this thing. I want to do a full day of wakeboarding.
Is boat gas more than road gas?
Well, on the water it is. Yeah, it's a lot. They tax you, let's say, when you fill up
Yeah.
on the water because they're like, this guy forgot something. So we're going to charge him $1.
Yeah, it's like gas near
a
the
gallon more.
airport.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do
That place, by the way, it used to be $6 like 20 years ago. It's still $6 now. They haven't raised their prices. They're just staying the same.
I think they've also been in every story about price gogging.
For sure.
Never adjusted their prices, and I'm like, hold fast. I like what you're doing. I like that.
Oh, well, my last point on this. So when I was standing there in my boat and I was looking at my, man, it's a beautiful day. The keys are here. I
Yeah.
can just start it up and cruise down the river. Like,
Love it.
And by the way, the river would be totally still, not a boat in sight.
I
It's
like
Monday
the smells.
morning.
I love the
Yeah.
smells.
Like Monday morning, you might even see some animals. Like, I went out over the weekend. It's, river's packed. Everybody's out there partying.
Hooting and hollering.
But,
Scaring the otters.
during the weekday, no one's out there. And I was like, man, it would be awesome just cruising up the river, wind in your face. Like,
smoke a lefty.
Yeah. Like calling work, just tell Daniel, like, I can't make it today. He'd understand.
Yeah,
I've never done it before.
I would just be like,
I need a mental health day.
100%. If he said, hey, I got here, I saw the... I'd be shocked. I'd be, you're doing what? He's like, look, I'm just going to take the boat out without my family, just me. I'd be like, oh my God, you have to do that. I'd also think he's cheating on his wife. And then I'd be like, this guy's awesome. He's way better than me. I got to get some balls. I was like, see, Tom. And then I'd talk to myself in a mirror. I'd be like, you idiot. You'll never be as tough as Tom. He cheats on his wife. He's out there in his boat with his mistress.
So, of course,
that's how it would go down.
I'm here right now. I did not do that. I just got back. I was stressed out. Got in the car, drove traffic. I was like, God damn! Getting back into Orlando is horrible.
Yeah. Dude, I came from Daytona. I-4 was shut down just after Princeton. All lanes blocked. You had to exit.
Yeah, it was bad traffic.
Some kind of crash.
Definitely mentally unhealthy. But I will say, having a small fantasy about skipping work and then going out and doing something,
you got the chemicals.
It does release. It's like a micro nap, like 5 minutes of sleep. It just does something to you.
Are those good for you or bad for you? Let's talk about it, because I have those. I have I'll think about
micro fantasy.
You know that cabin I like to go to that's on the Cartacay in northern Georgia? I love it. It's literally my favorite place. I like the smells of it. I like the trees. I like the wildlife. I like the sounds. Mm-hmm. If I think about that place, I can trigger myself, and I can almost put myself there for maybe a half a second.
Yes, yeah.
But here's my question. Is that taking energy away from me? Or is it like working out? You know, the old fallacy is when you don't work out, you're saving energy. I believe our current president believes that. That is not the truth. That is not the case. Yes. You get more energy. I'm serious. You get more energy when you work out.
That your body has X amount of energy to spend, and so he doesn't want to waste any of it.
That is like a gas tank. It makes perfect sense.
It doesn't. But it is proven that if you work out, you actually get more energy. So which, in this case, is that beneficial for me? Is it giving me more energy? Is it inspiring me throughout my day? Or is it dragging me down somehow? And expending energy.
I think it's the same thing as meditation. It's like a micro meditation, which I think is good for you. So I'm going to go micro fantasies about not going to work. Not better than actually doing it, but it does a little bit.
Little person porn site. Micro fantasy. Right?
Every movie I've ever seen about like gladiators or like being captured by the Nazis or whatever, like as long as you can get away in your mind, they don't truly have you.
You can escape.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, Hogan's Heroes.
Exactly.
Not to be that guy, not to lead into my bit, but I don't know if I want to say that.
What?
You know what? I'm going to censor myself.
Well, come on. Just say it. No, it's fine.
It fell out of my brain. That's why I couldn't say it. I lost it.
Oh, you guys wanted to know about like rustiness doing stand-up? I forgot the middle of Juler Hitler while I was doing comedy the other day.
So you forgot a whole bit while you were doing it?
I started Juler Hitler, and I was like, wait, how does this go?
He has a bit called Jewel, like the singer, Jewel or Hitler.
I'm familiar with Jewel or Hitler.
I got like one question in, and I was like, I forget the rest of this bit.
Yeah, that's confidence. I love the confidence. You were confident. Yeah, you were like that guy trimming trees over my car. You're like, I can totally do this, and I'm not going to smash this car.
Nope, I broke the glass ceiling.
Now, did you tell everybody?
Oh, absolutely. I was like, hey guys, I just started a bit that I can't remember. But here's what I do remember.
It came back to me. Right. Do either of you remember the movie that Gary Oldman is in, where he plays a little person, and it's called Twinkle Toes?
We've spoken about this before.
Yeah, but it pops into my brain at least once a week.
Okay, all right.
At least once a week, I think, you got to go watch Twinkle Toes with Maisie.
Oh, you're going to show your daughter that?
Why not?
For those of us not familiar, how did they achieve the effect? Is he like...
He stood on his knees.
I see.
Yeah, we're shooting.
Yeah. That's a great question, actually. That's an excellent question, and you wouldn't think that the answer would be he stands on his knees, but he did.
I mean, Dorf was a thing, you know? It was
Oh, my dad owned every Dorf.
Really?
Dorf on golf. Until he realized, I think, that his friends were laughing because he was Dorf. And then my dad was like, get these out of my house! I think he turned on him. All right, you ready for the bit?
Yeah.
It's a brand new bit I came up with because none of the thoughts that are in my brain have any value whatsoever. None of them. I have no survival skills. Most of the knowledge that I have, like even on trivia nights, it's just super duper weird random stuff. I present to you my brand new bit called What the Hell?
The hell is all this stuff? What the hell?
What the hell?
Things you don't understand. What the hell?
What the hell?
Only on Tom and Dan, it's What the hell?
What the hell are you talking about?
All right, welcome to What the Hell.
What the hell? Brought to you by Whole Foods.
Yeah, what the hell brought to you by Whole Foods? All right, you have a choice today. Do you guys want to do? Do you want to do? Do you want to do Earth strips or do you want to do Cabbage Patch? Well, no, they're not Cabbage Patch. They're pantyhose babies. Talk amongst yourselves while I get my notes.
All right. Earth strips.
I don't know what that is. It sounds like
straps.
Earth straps.
I feel like we have to pick that one just to find out what they are.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go Earth straps.
All right. Back in the day, and I remember some of my friends' dads had these. They sold this product called Earth Straps.
Dan just came back with 85 typed pages of
Yeah. Look, it even says Earth Straps. It says Earth Straps on it. All right, so Earth Straps were these automotive grounding devices that you would hang off the back of your car. You still see them sometimes with, like, classic cars, almost like as a joke. Like if the car is, like, rooted in the 80s. Like if it's a classic 80s car, which is a thing now.
Okay.
But it was like, it was a simple contraption consisting of rubber and plastic strips, often with, like, little metal pieces where you could, like, hang it off of, like, your tailpipe or off your bumper. And they were designed to hang from the rear of the bumper and then touch the ground. In tune, grounding your car so it wouldn't get hit by lightning.
All right.
And people, they were selling like hotcakes. People are buying them, putting them on their cars. It was to cut down on your car getting hit by lightning because it was such an epidemic. Newsflash, it was never really an epidemic. This is just some dumb thing that people sold. Why, Dan? Why did they sell them? Tom's favorite reason, Freem. Fear. Fear rules everything around us. It was all because of Freem.
Yeah, because the car is on rubber tires.
It is touching the ground already.
Yeah. But, and then, but that's why it's not that big of a deal when your car gets electrocuted by lightning.
Well, you have a chance, 1 in 700,000 chance of having your car struck by lightning.
Yeah, it's insanely rare.
Right.
Although people have been struck through their window, which is weird.
But that's just like people trimming trees over their windows. The tree goes into the window.
And they were real blasphemers, too. So.
Although insanely rare, just because some crazy rare thing one time happened,
I think
it means zero.
The science behind these was you have this rubber strip that's affixed to your car. It hangs down and it touches the ground. Effectively, it's discharging all of the static electricity that would be on your car that could, in theory, attract lightning. So what you're doing, I think that was the theory they were preying on, is that, hey, put this thing on your car, it's going to make your car not charged with static electricity, and that's what lightning's looking for when it's looking for a place to strike. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's, like, I think that's, like, explained half-assedly. You know what I mean? Like, that's not right.
Man, we should try to sell these things. There's a craze, and Daniel knows about this on TikTok.
$15 a pop in the 80s. That's pretty expensive.
Like, there's a lot of stuff on, like, TikTok shop that is like this, including the dragonfly clips that you put on your hat.
To keep bugs away. That doesn't work.
To keep mosquitoes away.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. No, I know. But this is the same exact thing. Like, this obviously doesn't do anything either, but it just, you sell it for super cheap, because how much does a strip of rubber cost? 1 penny?
Well, they just branded it. It was literally just branded rubber.
Yeah. So it's like, it cost them 2 pennies, and then you sell it for $1 or $2, and you're already making a gigantic profit. And so this stuff, even though we have unlimited information, is still, I guess if it's just ease of purchase and cheap enough, people will just buy it without doing any sort of research.
It's peace of mind. So why did I come up with this? Why is this in my brain? I guess I was looking at some classic cars, and this is where it gets kind of cool. If you have like a 1980s Volvo that you have, it's super cherry and you have it all tricked out, it is pretty funny to show up at a show where you're showing the car and attach your earth straps. That's funny to me. And I would vote for you more in the car show if you had the earth straps. That's hilarious. That you have, like, and they're custom and they look great. Like, they had the real earth straps, like, in the car show. I was like, oh, that's very funny.
Right. Like, if you're judging a disco suit contest and one guy has a mood ring, that's extra points.
I agree.
Right?
I agree because it doesn't need to work. It's just funny that you had those.
You guys ready to have your minds blown?
All right.
This is just one application of earth straps, and they're used in a lot of fields, actually, for real purposes.
Yes.
Now, you can use them in a car to, like, ground your engine or your batteries or your electronic system to, like, just to ground it out and prevent it from frying internally. They're also used in transformers, generators, computers to ground out unsafe electrical stuff. They put them on utility pipes to ground out, and probably the most legitimate use, personal grounding. Wrist straps used to prevent static discharge from damaging computer components.
Now there is something to that.
Yeah.
That I remember when I was changing the screen. Now this could be all BS. Some computer guy will tell me, but I was changing the screen in that iMac. Actually, the one in there that's still usable. I repaired that whole screen. I'll never do it again. Remember when I had to make the little tool out of a paper clip?
And you told me about
it was just like I did this online.
Have you considered using your nose? Smiling friends.
That's funny. And so I replaced it, but there was a step in there that I remember I had to discharge myself.
Yeah,
like
right.
I had to do something.
Release any static electricity.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I'm remembering that correctly, or maybe I dreamt that I don't know. But I remember that being a thing where you can build up enough static electricity where if you held something that could be possibly affected by that, you could ruin something. I remember doing something in the computer world like that. That is a thing.
And isn't that why they say don't get back in your car while you're pumping gas? Because you can sit in your seat, generate a static charge,
Right.
and then go back to the pump and set it off with the spark.
It happened to Jelly Roll. Yeah.
Well, that was
it blew his hey dudes off. He's fine.
I used to smoke and pumping gas.
Me too. I always thought it was cool.
I would stand away from a little bit.
I still have a memory of me pumping gas and smoking a cigarette in St. Augustine, and some old man's like, "You shouldn't do that." And I remember thinking to myself, one of these days I'm gonna have the balls to say mind your business, right to it. But I didn't do it. I was like, oh, okay.
I'll leave the car on with my family inside, whatever. Crystal gets mad as hell every time. Like I'm somehow putting everybody's life at risk.
You know, I had a car that you couldn't shut off, basically. And I would leave it running to pump gas. And if you do a little research, there's no reason to turn off your car while you're pumping gas.
No, I know.
There's absolutely
I know.
no reason to turn off your car while you're pumping gas. It's fine.
Yeah, then I try to tell that to Crystal, and she's get mad, more mad.
People act like you're trying to actively bomb the Wawa, but there's no reason to turn off your car. It's fine.
How can someone get so mad at you for telling them facts? That'll
work. Tell her that.
That too, sir. That makes them more mad. And I'm like, that's true what I just said too. Anyway, all right, what's the next thing?
You should get a chalkboard and just start chalking up truths.
Oh, they love that mobile car chalkboard of arguments and facts.
And just because I get one wrong for every 10 doesn't mean they're all wrong. It just means 1 out of 10
God,
chance
my
of
wife
wrong.
is in the chat room now. My wife is on your team. She goes, "We've told Crystal facts about flushing tampons." Andrea, what are you doing? Why are you bringing that up?
Yeah, she stopped that, and then let me just say, go back to flushing. I don't need a.
That's what I say.
I don't need
Nobody wants to see that.
A Civil War bucket.
Yeah, I don't need a
next
bucket
to my
full of-
toilet.
My God. Caveman dentist in here. Jesus Christ. What is that? Is that a bird's nest?
Yeah, Mike Tyson's opponent.
And then they give them little plastic sleeves that you're supposed to put them back into, and they make those the brightest colors of the rainbow. Like, I don't need a hot fuchsia blood sword sleeve. Get out of here.
Make them look like toilet paper or whatever else is in there.
Put an iron box around it or something. Put it, remember, okay. You know what you need? A black film canister. There it is.
Right. We don't have any black film canisters anymore.
Where is this generation's black film canister where you can keep everything that you don't want people to see? Tampons, marijuana, pills.
And you'd put your weed in them, but they smelled like chemicals. It didn't seem like a good place.
Chemicals, you're right. And then I know you're going to, this is where my brain, why does my brain operate this way? I don't know, but this just, what the hell? You ready? Why was the top gray and the thing was black? Why? Why didn't you just make them both black or both gray? Why was the top gray and the canister was black? And they were all like that.
Yeah.
Why not black and black? Why not gray and gray? Why gray and black? That's two different factories, is it not? Two different molds? I don't know. Why'd they do it that way?
Two different kinds of plastic, man.
Yeah, why? And put your tampons in it.
We should sell black film canisters again. Brand them. That's the next Earth Strap.
Yeah. That is the next Earth Strap.
It's cheap as hell.
All right, the next what the hell is, and everybody, I don't even know what to say about these. It's just something that pops into my brain a lot. I see them online a lot. There was a meme about it that I shared this weekend, so I'm just going to share it. I got to get it out of my brain.
All right.
Those little weird pantyhose dolls that all of our grandmas and or aunts and moms had around their houses. Did everybody's have a member of their family that you'd walk into their house? Normally it was like muted blues and browns, and they may have like a little bit of that old country home, like sort of like country style, think breakfast diner, Meemaw, blue and white tablecloth. But then they'd have these
You got
little
a wood bench in the foyer.
Yeah, and then they'd have these little pantyhose dolls of little men and women. Normally, you'd see a Santa Claus in there, a rosy-cheeked old woman, like a Mrs. Santa Claus.
yeah.
But they were all little pantyhose doll faces. Little pantyhose dolls everywhere.
I know what you're talking about.
And you'll never find one now. Go into any, like the new aunt, the new mom. Like, if you go into my house or you go into your house, your wife is the new mom. There ain't no pantyhose dolls in there.
Is this a function of sewing machines leaving America? Because I remember my grandma she cooked and sewed.
Yeah,
that was it. She was at the sewing machine like 24/7, and she made these things that I don't think it was her phrasing. I think this is what they called them in Pennsylvania. They were called Amish dolls, and it was like it's just plain white fabric, sewn into like a general human shape. Like the hands were just, there's no fingers or anything. The hands are just kind of end in like a little end. Yeah. And then doll head, but no facial features. It would just be plain white face, right? And then intricate little hats and like pants with overalls and like a button-up shirt on this completely blank doll.
What you're talking about are very coveted, I think, and handmade Amish dolls.
She sold them as quick as she could make them. They were crazy.
Yeah, these are a little bit different in that these are a little more Walmart white trash. Like, these are a little less like heirloom made by traditional people who have a certain way about them that we don't live like, like old world made cheese and like handmade dolls. I put what you're talking about in a way different category. These were just, in the origin around these for the segment, What the Hell Is, there is a crafting and or sewing publication called Mother Earth News.
Yeah.
And they published instructions, and it was sort of rooted in conservation.
It's a hippy-dippy magazine, and they tell you like how to compost and how to grow chickens and stuff.
Right.
And
we used to Mother Earth News?
Mother Earth News.
Yeah.
And in
We
1980...
used to subscribe to this?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And it comes on the worst quality paper you can imagine.
You look like the editor of Mother Earth News, right? If you said, I'm editor-in-chief, I'd be like, yes, sir. So they published in 1981 an article about what they called pantyhose dolls. It was rooted in stuffing and shaping discarded and inexpensive hosiery, pantyhose, nylons, and stockings. Interesting enough, they're claiming that the article inspired a then Xavier Roberts to create the Cabbage Patch Kid, which was also the most popular pantyhose doll that then became a brand and then became $1 billion. So you could argue that Mother Earth News published this article inspiring a billionaire.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. And
because
before
because the pantyhose dolls were around. They were kind of floating around. Mother Earth News was the first to ever like really write an article about like, here's how to do it, and here's like different ways that you can do it.
And Tom, you gonna make fun of me for reading Mother Earth News now that you know the guy that invented Cabbage Patch dolls also reads it?
Xavier Roberts.
He used to sign the foot of each Cabbage Patch doll.
But the butt.
Was it the butt?
I think it was the butt.
Okay.
He may have changed it to the foot. I would too. It's like people freak out now. We sign the feet now.
Now, forgive me for knowing nothing about pantyhose.
Comes with little eggs.
Yeah, well, that was in the 80s.
It did. It did. And the brand was legs.
Yes, correct.
With two G's.
Yes.
Because I remember my mom would get them. I was so pumped.
Yeah.
Whenever my mom would buy pantyhose, I knew I was getting an egg to put crap in.
Get an egg.
Yeah. That's how poor we were. Then I was excited.
Same.
I was like, toys.
Was that the height of pantyhose when I'm guessing it became so cheap?
When there was
like
leg brand.
Disposable. Like they figured out like we can make this stuff in China, I guess. So at the beginning of like making stuff overseas and just shipping it in, and then like disposable pantyhose, because people used to keep their pantyhose like clothes, right? And then wash them and then rewear them.
I think they were better made, and then my grandma had those thick boys. They were like just brown socks, and then the more you stretched them out, they would become like They would be. They were
Thinner.
like, I swear to God, that was like chainmail my grandma wore.
yeah. And then when disposable pantyhose
Thinner.
became a thing in the 80s, and that was like the height of pantyhose.
I
but-
thought you said you didn't know anything about pantyhose. You're a pantyhose historian.
Mr. Panty. I'm PH Hose.
You're about to.
I'm the goddamn inventor, PH Hoserman. You know, my Ross is right.
You're like one. You're just short of a PowerPoint about pantyhose.
He's doing a TED Talk.
I'm just figuring it out right now as we talk about it. But now, what I'm asking is, now it's not as popular, right? I don't know. I know nothing. Like, do women?
I hardly ever wear them.
But I don't think women wear that much pantyhose.
Okay, let's talk about it. I believe, without looking it up, because what's the fun in that? Like Tom says, we can look everything up, but that's
Sure.
not the point of what the hell. What the hell is to get back to old school discussions, stupid discussions. I think that now people wear stockings. Pantyhose,
leggings.
I believe, or leggings. I believe pantyhose is a specific thing that was very popular in the late 60s all the way through the like maybe late 80s, early 90s, where they had like, they were high-waisted,
Yeah.
they had a thing, they all have that, and I'm going to talk about it because I'm brave. They all have that weird strip in there to cover the, you know what I'm talking about.
But pantyhose
Little
was
padding.
The little pad in there, yeah.
so you could wear something not be bare-legged, like if you're wearing a skirt. And then it's just now, if like because of leggings and because of that material, that whatever that synthetic leggings material,
Like
that's,
nylon.
you know, was popular. Women are wearing leggings as opposed to pantyhose. I think that's the
But,
thing.
like, there's stockings, which are independent,
All right.
meaning one stocking per leg, so two stockings. Pantyhose, device.
Yeah. Like a whole thing, like pants.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Do men wear, are there any other than, I feel like now, more than ever, if my dad came back to life, he would go to the gym and see hundreds of men wearing leggings, and he would be offended by it, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think your grandpa, not a legging, if you asked your grandfather to put on a pair of Under Armour leggings, what would he say?
No,
Not, not a thing. You can't build. You cannot build a railroad in leggings.
But I bet if you told your grandfather, here's some compression socks, and they're good for your heart, he'd probably
But
put them on.
He didn't want to.
No,
didn't
he
want
never did liked anything medically good for him.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
true. That
opposed
checks
to
out.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never wore any compression socks.
Did you ever tell the
He
story about the?
He wouldn't even use his walker.
What about the thing you bought him and he returned it? I always thought that was the
Oh, his
realest.
life alert? Yeah.
He got him a whole thing. Like, he got him a whole system in his house and everything. His grandpa called him and had him take it out. I was like, that's badass. That's a man that controls his own destiny.
It was after he fell and broke his neck and then had to spend like 18 hours on his kitchen floor. He broke his neck outside his house. He drug himself
Yeah, yeah.
inside.
It's the best 18 I ever spent.
He drug himself inside, and it wasn't until his neighbor found him, and then
man.
he ended up breaking his a vertebrae in his neck, and that was the initial downfall. But it was after that I was like, Pop, you can't just walk around here without I can't
Oh,
leave.
yes, I can.
I got the life alert. I got it for him, and I was like, you could yell anywhere. If you fall down, you could just yell, and then they'll come and get you, and then, so he had it he complained every time I come over. He's like, I don't want this.
I'm not screaming help to a microphone in the sky.
And then he hated it so much, he learned, which he never does. I've never seen him learn anything new. He learned how to find out life alert, the company's
that's
number.
That's white hot hate. If you white hot hate something, you learn about it.
Like this is like he didn't know how to use the internet or anything, so he had to find Life Alert's number somehow. Like, I don't even know how he found it, through the yellow pages, maybe.
Maybe he just talked to the microphone.
No, he refused to use it.
Put me through to cancel.
No, I couldn't explain that they were always listening. No, you really hated it. I had to explain that they had special technology that they heard him fall.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he learned and then called and canceled and mailed it back. And I was like, all right, old man, I try as your grandson. I tried to help you.
I gave
it's
it a shot.
fine. You go how you go now. Anyway,
I gave it a shot. But anyway, so the pantyhose dolls were huge basically until by the 90s they were kind of phasing out. When about the time that Xavier Roberts and Cabbage Patch Kids became plastic head dolls, that's it. And the ship had sailed, and then no more. I guess, will they ever come back?
no,
I can't see them coming back.
Yeah, because they were a result of a different time where you recycled stuff and you used like pantyhose that instead of throwing it away, you turned it into a doll.
Like a sock monkey. It's
Yeah,
very much
yeah,
like
I
a sock
was
monkey.
just about to say, my dad, anytime he'd wear out the pair of gray socks with the red tip, my mom would sew him into a sock monkey.
We live in a horrible society now where we buy stuff and then just throw it into the garbage. And it sucks. It sucks we don't reuse anything. And it's not even really our fault because it's more expensive to fix than to just buy a new one. So what the hell do you want us to do? You want us to spend more money to try to save the earth? What the hell?
Yeah, but
That's the segment. He's on brand. Good job.
just hearing myself say that my mom used to sew my dad's old socks into a toy for me, and now I remember that my dad has quite possibly the stinkiest feet on earth. Like, what the hell were they doing?
He's on brand. What the hell? Yeah. Thank you, Ross. This is working. Okay, maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it. It's funny how, and I think what I wanted to talk about with this is, what is there a new, and this is kind of hard to articulate, but I think you guys will pick up what I'm laying down here. Is there a new kitschiness in homes that represents the pantyhose doll of the past? Like when we go to our friends' houses now, is there something in our homes now that would be the equivalent to the pantyhose doll? Is it the Funko Pop collection in the corner of the room? Is it the... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I guess that's sort of similar. The Funko's not a bad example, but I don't think it's right. I don't think that one's right.
My wife made a chessboard out of discarded jewel canisters.
That's pretty awesome.
The thing is that
closer than I think my example.
The pantyhose doll would get passed down because that was something like you made in the Great Depression or something. And
Susan, your grandma's dead. Here's this piece of crap.
but it was something your great grandma made for.
Well, it wasn't really. It was made in the 80s. So
I guess, yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like it's still got heat.
And
like
nylon-
it's got love, but it's a kitschy trend that no one cares about anymore.
Nylon was invented in 1938. Don't ask me how I know that.
No, okay.
Oh, you really got it. You really got it.
But I assume though that like making dolls out of pantyhose was an old school thing too.
Not
no,
according
like
to
the
this
first time in the
not
80s?
according to this article that Mother Earth News was the first to like really say like, hey, I know you've been thinking of things to do with pantyhose.
Huh.
Let's recycle
Okay.
them into these weird dolls.
Okay, all right.
So sometimes Xavier Roberts gets some heat for like, well, you just stole that from Mother Earth News. No different than Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that on the show. He worked at Guthrie's, and then he just decided, I'm going to do the exact thing. I'm going to make a chicken finger and sauce restaurant where they just have garlic bread, chicken fingers, fries, and sauce. Same thing. I mean, you're just kind of stealing the idea, right?
Can I throw out a what the hell?
Oh, yeah, no, there's no rules. There's no
And
rules.
This is based on something that happened over the weekend, but the NFL draft happened over the weekend, and they reported it was the most attended NFL draft ever in history. Over 800,000 people, and it was general admission free, and they did it outdoors.
Wow.
In one spot or in like each city?
No, in one spot. They did in Pittsburgh. Our buddy Matt was out there, and he was going to go, and he actually sent us a picture of a sign about how beer prices. Like a Bud Light is $19.75, and then like premium,
But like 2 gallons of Bud Light, right?
25 ounces. Well, it was a pint and a half, but like expensive beer prices. But now the NFL draft. For like even someone like me that follows the NFL and like knows the players and I like it's really like
You're up on it, yeah.
I'm up on it, right? I'm like I pay attention to it and and then there's a couple of interesting tidbits, but other than that, it's pretty boring. Like after really the first 25 rounds, it's like no one cares about the second, third, fourth, unless you're really hardcore into fantasy maybe or whatever.
Or maybe just your team you're following.
So they have like the NFL is so popular, and this is brilliant, by the way, because the amount of people, like 800,000 people showing up to an event, and that starts on Thursday, it ends on Saturday, I think.
Did all team representatives have to come to Pittsburgh to make picks? Is that how it works? Or they were remote and then just the central...
Usually they're remote, and then they invite like a lot of people, the kids that are going to suspectedly go in the first round. They invite them out, and they turn it into a big pomp and circumstance stage show.
And that's all in Pittsburgh.
Roger Goodell, and it's just, they did it live out to a huge open, it must have, I think it's at Heinz Field in front of it or something. Like I forgot where it's
the one day a year Roger hugs black people.
yeah.
One day a year he hugs black people.
But think about 800,000 people went, and that's a crazy amount to show up for an event that's not that entertaining.
Well, what if you make it ticketed? What if you make it ticketed?
Then wait. They used to be ticketed or something like they used to do it a different way.
Ticketed back in the day,
but now they just leave it open. They do it outdoors, and like they used to do it indoors and stuff. And like so now it's just about the amount of people. But
that's 500,000 people coming into Pittsburgh looking for parking spots.
Like
cars, 500,000 cars.
The amount of money the marketing alone is worth just live at that event is insane. And it's not just anybody who shows up can show up. You have to register on the NFL app to get your free tickets, and now you got 800,000 people's emails, which is insanely valuable for marketing as well.
Well, I mean, in those work, they do offer good stuff. I mean, the Magic around here, the Magic are sort of the kings of doing that. You know how many times I've been down there for a game, and they're like, "Hey, put your email address in here, and you can go in this special room." I'm like, okay, put my email address in. Next thing you know, I'm getting a draft beer in this free room that they just offered me. I'm like, I'll give you my email address for literally anything. What do you got? What do you got to give me? Teleties, give me an Orlando Magic t-shirt and a beer just for giving you my email address?
Slap bracelet?
Come on. Oh, I love a good slap bracelet. What I really like to do with slap bracelets, and here's another what the hell, take the rubber off your slap bracelet and look at what type of Chinese signage you get. That's the true interesting part of slap bracelets. They're all made of like recycled Chinese signage.
Huh.
Like
a street sign?
Yeah, like that little piece of metal is the strip.
It's punched out of
it's like
recycled signs.
Punched out of recycled signs or some sort of piece of recycled metal. So take the rubber off of it and see what you get.
That's pretty cool.
What the hell?
My father-in-law has his airboat cover is like the inside of it is an old billboard. Like they sell that online where like you could buy covers for your shed or whatever. It's like, it's basically a huge tarp.
Now they make purses and stuff out of them too.
Do they?
Yeah, they've been doing that with team banners too. Yeah. I told Orlando City they should have done that, and they don't care what we say. But when they took the Kaká banner down and all of that, I was like, dude, you should make banners. You should make little purses and like backpacks for people and sell them, and people would love to have a piece of that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's companies you just ship that away. Maybe it's so expensive to ship that heavy of a thing somewhere for them to cut it up, ship it back, and by the time there's no margin
we
left.
already answered this. It's easier just to buy a new banner, put it up, and throw the other one away.
This goes back to the dolls.
It really does.
We're not going to have, all we're going to have is a mountain of Wall-E garbage to show, future generations of look how much garbage we made.
Where is the biggest dump we have? Around here, where's our biggest dump?
I know there's one on the way to Miami. There's one on the way to Tampa.
Well, I mean, there's the landfill that I always go to is right there, like Curry Ford area landfill. There's that one. There's one in over on John Young.
Who does the Corn Festival? Is that Hullapaw?
Maybe.
Zellwood has a big one, too, because we surveyed that, and boy, is it eagle crazy. I've never seen more eagles than at that.
If you love freedom, you love trash. That's the way it goes. Yeah, it's like Walmart.
See, it is American. Look how many eagles are flying around.
It's just how many eagles are at Walmart. Every single person, I'm standing there, I shake their hand, I'm like, I like your sweat shorts, and thank you for your service.
You want to hear my grandma's joke about the sports stadium in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so... they tore down it was Three River Stadium for like a number of years.
Yeah.
They tore that down, and then they built PNC Stadium. The bank PNC sponsored it, right? And I guess it must have been my grandpa went, and he went to use the bathroom at PNC Stadium, and went and they had urinals, and there's a window above the urinals, and he's like, "Why is there a window above the urinals?" Well, it is PNC Stadium, sir.
That's pretty good. I like that. Hold on, do I think we should give a moment of silence for that, right? I think that's a perfect ending of What the Hell. I think that's the perfect way to end What the Hell.
Oh man, I can't believe Dice Man got rich off of that. The advertising above the urinal. God, I wish I would have thought of that.
But it doesn't work now.
Yeah, what happened to that? It's gone.
It's not a thing.
That doesn't happen anymore.
You know what I
No.
don't like, and this goes for all bars. I don't want to look at your myriad of events for that week. I don't care about. No, I don't care about your calendar.
I do.
We
I
got
look at the
Sexy
events.
Stacy's got karaoke on Tuesdays. I don't care about that. I want hard hitting news. I want how many people died in the plane crash. I want how many people burned alive.
Oh, you want a TV? That's fine. I'll take a TV.
No,
but-
I want the newspaper. I like the ones where you go in and it's the front page of like the Orlando Sentinel,
Yeah.
fresh
Yeah,
on a cork board. I like a
Yeah.
fresh Sentinel and behind glass.
Yeah, so the pee-pee sprinkles don't fly up there.
But I don't want it. Oh, like, hey, Rock and Rhonda's here. Oh, hey, look, we're doing paint your eggs with your children on Thursday nights, and get out of here with that. I don't care about any of that.
How about 1 or 5 seconds of mental, not
With
stimulation? Yeah, just looking at a wall. But I would prefer a newspaper.
What about a cork board with just some business cards and then other pins on there so you can put your pen,
no, business card?
where you can put your business card.
I
business card up there.
putting mine right over the one.
I never do that. I never do that. No, that's wrong, dude. You do that? You put a Tom business card?
I've never left my business card randomly anywhere.
Fishbowl?
Never done that.
You
no.
never tried to get a free lunch?
No.
You have business cards?
He does. Wait a minute.
I don't think it's ever been used.
Have you given one out ever?
Yeah, I
Do
do
you
know once in a while.
Do you know that he has ordered? You are on your 4th iteration of business cards. This is again all the dumb. I only know dumb stuff. We had an original one that I made. Then we've had 3 different designs that the Danger Braids have made.
We had one with the wrong email address.
We had one with the wrong email address on it. Yeah. And how many?
Was that Tony?
Each time we've ordered, we've each gotten, because the least amount you can order is $250. So you have over 1,250 cards. How many out of 1,250 cards? How many business cards have you given people?
No, I usually give them on the, like, we have someone come in here. I'm like, hey, you interested in advertising?
Usually a woman.
I've never
Sorry,
seen
if any help.
And then as I hand it to him, I'm like, I wonder where that's going to go. where it ends up in your pocket, and then it ends up in the wash.
Sometimes they don't even grip it. Sometimes the thought of not wanting your business card is so strong that you go to put it in their hands and it just falls right out.
And then you pretend like you didn't see it.
And then there's the
I
old,
kick it under the couch.
there's the Dan Aykroyd where he has a whole guy just to throw away business cards for him, you know?
God,
that's my
How
favorite.
many of our business cards have been thrown away? Hundreds.
All of them. I mean, the internet exists.
Yeah.
We're not hard to find. Like, it's just like, I don't even need your business card. Like, whatever your name. I don't even need your name. I can figure it out, like, just by kind of what you do.
But I don't like the tapping of the phones.
Like,
I don't like that. We talked about this last week. I do not like that.
Yeah.
I don't like my phone vibrating while I'm touching your. It's very, like you said, it's very Navi. It's like touching of the tails. I don't like it.
Me and the wife just went iPhone this week,
Yeah.
and I just happened to have our phones together, and it started sending me her contact. I'm like, I know who she is.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You're not smart enough to know I'm her husband. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome to a Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Come on over. You could be in the chat room. We just fired everything up. We kind of put the chat room on in the mornings and let it roll, and everybody gets in there. And then 10 or 15 minutes later, boom, we slide in here. We start doing the show. I love interacting with you at Tom and Dan Live on YouTube.
So we never explained this, but maybe I should.
We never explain anything. We just jump right into the show because we are fearful to not provide content. I don't want to explain things to you. I just want to try and be funny.
We record live probably 2 times a day, starting at 10:30 a.m., and then we go to about lunch. Then we record live at 1 o'clock-ish, go to about 2.
Yeah.
And that's live
We
on
call
Twitch.
it the banker's hour. Yeah, we do the banker.
Live on Twitch and YouTube Live, so you can catch us there. Twitch has audio only, so you can listen to audio only live on their app. It'll notify you when we go live. Then we take and we record some shows that maybe a day early, sometimes day of. We'll replay the show or post the show.
Hold on, start over.
I almost kicked the cameras down. I was just...
Would you, if you want to see him kick the cameras down, click on your button right now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Then we will release the podcast simultaneously while we air this on terrestrial radio 104.1.
I just say live to tape.
Starting at 7.
I just say live to tape. It's easier.
Then we re-air it on terrestrial radio 5 to 6 every morning the next day.
Yeah.
So you can catch it on terrestrial radio 5 to 6 a.m. on 104.1.
That's why I get so mad when people go, whatever happened to Tom and Dan? Or whatever happened to Drunky and Daniel? That's what they used to call us, right? I was Daniel. You were Drunky. We're no longer that. You're Tom. I'm Dan.
I'll be drunky.
I'll be Daniel. What do you need? What do you need me to do? Am I
We'll do
watching?
anything.
We'll do it.
If for the right amount of money, anybody will do anything.
That's true.
Speaking of that, okay, so
Is this are we going on to the top? We got a guest on the line.
we like talking jobs for even like I guess
Because we're trapped in ours.
No, I'm not trapped.
It's like
everybody's
okay,
trapped.
hold on. I figured it out. We like talking jobs because we made our job into a career and then made said career into a prison.
No, every career is a prison.
Name one thing that people that get out of prison talk about when they get out of prison. The only thing they talk about. Being in prison. We are now prisoners of our career, and that's why we're obsessed with jobs. Do the math. The reason we're job obsessed because we've created a prison.
It's something everybody has in common because everybody has a job or has to work in some way. I know not everybody, but the vast majority of everybody listening to this,
Right.
Very few people I've met that are adults that have no job. Or haven't figured out some version of work for themselves.
Okay,
right?
yeah, I'd agree with that.
You do that, and then there comes a point in time. Some people can't do this. Some people have, worked for a company for a long time and planned it out and have like a retirement plan. It's like there comes a point where you stop working. And then you retire and have this like third chapter of your life where you figure out what you're going to do now that work is not your number one priority to make a living. Or whatever. And one of our listeners, Richard Heron, just recently retired.
He's a gold star level listener.
He is, yeah.
This man has been with us since the utter beginnings of this show. We love him. We're very proud of the hard work that he put in. This guy's a family guy, a hardworking family man. He loves his home country of England. And on the line with us now is good friend BDM Richard. Congratulations on your retirement, Richard.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, Richard,
I feel like you guys have run out of people to interview, and now you're down to me.
Oh, don't say the truth,
he
Richard.
He wrote that on his paper.
I told you not to say that part.
Oh, sorry. Cut that out.
Anyway, so Richard, let's talk about you work for UPS for how long?
Just over 30 years.
Okay, over 30 years.
Oh.
And so it's rare nowadays. I guess, well, not with someone your age, but I guess for the generation under you.
Shots fired. Man. My God, you asked him to come on the show, and then you're a dickhead to him. Richard, I'm sorry.
Well, he's a dickhead to me all the time.
Was this all a setup so you could fight with a dickhead? Is this what we're doing? He's like, I'm gonna call Richard and get him to. I'm gonna trick him into coming on my show with his retirement, and then I'll fight with him. That's what dickheads do.
No, that's our love language. Me and Richard, he's an old British hooligan, and that's how he talks. And I'm a younger American hooligan. That's how I
you used to call yourself young and reckless, right? Weren't you young and reckless?
Well, I got the T-shirt, and then I got sued.
Big cat.
Anyway, so Richard, for UPS, like you have the luxury of kind of knowing.
Again, shots fired. Luxury. This guy was a hard-working man.
No. Well, I'm saying no. A lot of people don't have a company they work for that they have some sort of retirement. Right? That's a luxury nowadays. It used to be like you work for a company for 30 years, and then it's like, okay, here's your retirement plan.
My dad did that.
And now
it's an older school style of career. It is.
Yeah. And so you kind of always knew like this was going to be around about when you were going to retire.
You were going to say you always knew this was going to be it. Huh?
Sorry, Richard.
Yeah. I got out of the military. I was in the Army. I was a bomb technician in the Army, and then I got out and was kind of like just roaming around, and got hired at UPS in '95, and for part-time. You basically started as a part-time worker, either in the mornings or at night. So I had a full-time job during the day at this equipment rental place, and then ended up, 9 to 5 there, and then I'd go to UPS at night, and I'd sleep in my car for like an hour and then do the night shift at UPS, and I did that for like 4 years, and then finally got promoted to full-time driver.
Is it hard, like when you were doing that? I mean, you kind of go back to what Tom's talking about and the rarity of it. It wasn't guaranteed for you to get a driver's position full-time, was it?
It all goes by seniority there. We're in the Teamsters, and everything with the union is very seniority-based. So you were eventually going to move up, but it just depended on if people retired themselves, quit, got fired, just moved on to something else. So steadily you move up the list. When I just left last week, I was number 3 out of 65 drivers at our center, and that's not even a big center.
Third place.
And you've got another BDM that's Dave Brown up in Daytona. He just retired as well.
Better name for UPS, Dave Brown. Someone say born to do it. Born to do it.
Yeah, you should have been a fisherman. See, that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Dave Brown, UPS. Richard Heron, fisherman.
I mean, think about how that rolls off the tongue. Like you just said it, Dave Brown, UPS. That sounds good.
So, Richard,
meant to be.
I called you basically to talk about retirement. It means something different to everybody.
To my father, it meant a bullet in his head.
Like Daniel talked
it
about
killed
his dad.
my dad. No, it did.
I hated retirement.
I'm joking, but like, had he just continued working, and Mom and I didn't see this now, but had he just like said, "I want to work forever," we should have said, "Oh, okay."
And honestly, it's my dream. Every time someone tells me they're going to retire, like I congratulate them, and I feel more passionate in the congratulation more than a marriage. Because the marriage, I'm like 50-50. But the retirement, I'm like, man, now
you're all yours. You're free.
Yeah, it's free. You can build your life into what you want it to be. And then I think to myself, why am I not doing that now?
Because you're in a prison. You're trapped in the prison, and then all you can do is talk about the prison.
But I own my own company. Why am I building into the life I want it to be and then building just a prison?
Have you ever met any small business owner that says, I have built a non-prison? They're all building prisons.
I know.
The small business is the modern day prison.
So, what is your retirement, Richard? Have you thought a lot about what you're building your days to do? Because that's another thing.
Oh, I hope you have no plan. Because that's what my dad had. My dad had no plan. My dad was like, oh my God, what do I do? He freaked out. He bought a convertible. He's up at the BMW dealership and the Harley dealership. He was spending half of his time just walking around bothering people.
Because you got to like build in some sort of work, right? Or what's your plan?
Hobby?
Yeah, so my wife still works full-time. She's a marketing director for Playlanda Brewing and Intracoastal Brewing down in Melbourne. So she works full-time. So it's not like we can just get up and leave, because originally our idea was we were going to rent our house out for like 6 months at a time and then just move over to England and Europe and travel around. But now we have grandkids. We got little grandkids. We got a 2-year-old and a newborn, and my daughter lives real close to us. So spend time with the grandkids. We've already got tickets to a bunch of concerts, flying up to New Jersey in June for a show in Asbury Park.
Nice.
Like local travel a lot. And then I've got a crap ton of projects all over the house that my wife has suddenly sent me a list and things to fix. And
I'm anti that. This is like Christmas. I have a theory on this. I've always said this on the show, and I will always say this on the show. Christmas, you're supposed to get things that you don't necessarily need to do. And retirement is not to be wasted on little fixer-up or crown molding. I'll blow my... If that's what it is, Richard, if that's what we're staring down, it's like, I did all this work so my wife can go like, all right, go get the crown molding. I'm going to blow my head off. I will. I'll do it.
Time to paint the baseboard.
No, I'm doing it.
What the hell, Richard?
No, it's Christmas. You're supposed to ask for like a BB gun. You're supposed to ask for airsoft. You're supposed to ask for something violent. You're supposed to ask for a Snoop Dogg record, Dr. Dre's The Chronic, something with a lot of N-words and curse crazy. You're not supposed to ask for socks. You're not supposed to ask for healthy food.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be candy.
It's all grandkids and baseball. You're making it sound horrible, Richard.
The grandkids is not bad, but the baseboards, I'm out. I mean, you got to fix the closet. The closet door's got a spring. No, I'm gonna kill myself.
That's the ruse in all of this, because the same thing happened to me, Richard. Where I'll tell my wife, I'm like, all right, all I need to do is get to retirement.
One more year, you do it.
And then it's like, once we get to retirement, we're gonna go everywhere. I was like, we'll go to Europe for a while. We'll spend a month in Sweden in the summer. Beautiful over there. And then my wife's like, well, what about the kids are gonna have grandkids? I want to be near my grandkids. And I was like, well, what the hell? Where's the dream?
Dream's gone.
Hey, I'm just babysitting my lazy ass kids' grandkids.
You know what you figure out? You figure out that
and then I'm doing baseboards.
The dream you've been hunting for the whole time, you're in it. But it's not a dream. It's a nightmare. That's what you figure out.
Oh, God.
You've been living it. You've been living the nightmare.
So, Richard, besides from the little house projects and
grandbaby, house projects, and then a lot of traveling.
So you had to wait, for years, you had to wake up at the crack of dawn to get over to the warehouse to load your UPS truck and go out there and deliver all the Chinese garbage.
Rude humans. You're delivering Chinese trash to rude humans. They're like, where's my Chinese trash, you BOS? And you're like, yes, ma'am. Here's your Chinese trash, ma'am.
Yeah, and you can't even throw the boxes like Ace Ventura because everybody's got a Ring doorbell.
Everybody's got Ring cameras.
Yeah. And then they
You know what I do? Yeah. That's why I wear a mask. Well, that's what I did. That's what I did at that famous person's house that one time. I'm not supposed to talk about it.
The only reason I wanted to become a UPS driver is to kick a box down a hallway like Ace Ventura, and now they ruined it.
I always wanted to shoot it like a basketball through the hoop. Have you seen those where they shoot it through the hoop and then it gets stuck?
So, Richard, what do you do now?
I used to have to wake up at 3 a.m. to go to work because I do an airport run out to Orlando. I have to drive down to Rockville to get my giant truck and go out to the airport and sit out there for hours and then come back and do my route at Patrick Air Force Base. And that was 3 in the morning, and I'd come home at 3 in the afternoon, 12-hour days.
Oof.
And it was absolutely ridiculous. So this last few years has been mainly focused on right now. Like, I've been building. We paid off the house, we own the cars, got a pool, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. So the main thing is I do not have to deliver in the summer, the steaming heat. And then when Christmas time rolls around, it's literally the worst damn time in the world.
You're scaring me. You got your hair on my arms is standing up. This is what my dad did. You get all the pieces in order. Everything falls into place. Then kablooey, you die.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you line it all up. You get the vacation house. You finish it up. You pay off the cars. You pay off everything.
So,
you go to spend one night in your vacation rental and you're dead.
Yeah, for Richard, 30 years of waking up at 3 in the morning, is it going to be like a Shawshank Red type scenario where
he still does it,
where you can't
I'll be delivering packages in my dream.
You can't assimilate to normal life because you're
that happened to me one night. I had a dream and it went on. You can have those really short dreams and then you have those long dreams that seem like it was all night long, even though it's probably only like a minute long. But I dreamt that I went on my UPS route and delivered every package to every house in my dream, and then punched out and came home. And then when I woke up, I said, I literally worked while I was sleeping.
Yeah. Hashtag prison. I'm telling you, my theory checks out. This is the prison. You're having prison dreams.
So here's another thing I'm worried about, Richard, is that when I retire, is that
well, you're not going to be able to be alone.
Uh-huh.
Well, when you retire, since you have to look at other people to kind of see what you're doing, what if you're going to have to be like with one of your sons, with your wife, right?
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like I need to know if this is a good time or not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
But I also need my wife to sell a couple houses here and there because of my finances. So,
you're an expensive boy. Yeah. You like the fighter thing.
Yeah. I thought,
how's that market?
The first half of my life, I was like, I'll be dead by the time I'm 44. So then by the time I got to
now you're like, I wish I was dead.
So I didn't do anything to save or retirement or 401k. Got into the worst business possible for any of that. Radio. Like radio has no retirement. Like,
No, you die with a broken family.
You just work, and then one day you're fired immediately,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And then you die.
Yeah. And then you get, you're like, oh, okay, another job.
Well, you have no skills.
I was like, all the skills.
While the world was passing you by and people were learning skills, you're in there flapping your gums like, I'll have this forever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and no one takes talking seriously as a skill.
Especially now. It's less popular than ever talking. It's like everybody likes to tippy tap on their phones.
Yeah. I spent all my time training to talk, and it's text now. God damn. Anyway, so I forgot my question.
I'm also going to go fishing with Tuttle.
Oh, don't do that. He'll molest
him and I
you.
we've become good friends. He came to my retirement party this past Saturday.
Hold on, Tuttle.
Whoa, you're blowing Tom's mind. Now, also, Tom secretly offended you invited Tuttle and not him.
I did invite him. That asshole didn't check his email.
He never checks his email.
Well, I saw that. I thought it was like a ceremonial invite, like just announcing your
At least
retirement.
you got invited. I didn't get invited.
Like I thought it was like
Yes,
you
did, Daniel.
Oh.
You got it too.
Oh, I missed it. I probably, if Tuttle was there, I'd have effing been there, dog.
I thought it was like one of your friends invite you to their kids' high school graduation party, and they just wanted.
I just got one of those yesterday.
They just want a check in the mail.
Andrea's ex-boss, Lorelai, did that. Lorelai, do you want a check?
Yeah.
Because I am not giving.
They want the check.
Can I come to their...
They don't want you there. They just want a check.
No, do I have to give a check?
Yes.
What if I don't? What if I just come
Well,
in
then they're gonna look down
and
on
enjoy
you.
their food?
No. You're gonna go and no check?
Yeah, I'm going to go
no.
and pretend like I had a check.
Oh, then they're gonna talk mad ass about you when you leave.
They
And they're gonna
probably
be like,
already do it anyway.
This guy's like Gilbert Godfrey, gone crazy and he's cheap. Anyway, so Richard.
You and Tuttle are now best friends. So how's that? Has he got a special lady? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah. We have a shared love of Manchester United, so
True.
we literally text every day, which is always wild. But yeah, no, he's doing good. And told him, I said, hey, I'm going to come up there to Volusia County and we'll do some fishing together.
So if you're figuring this out, our good friend Richard, been with us since day one, is now best friends with Tuttle, who had Hulk Hogan inflate a balloon in his anus.
Come on.
I do think about that sometimes.
Yeah, I would too. That's your best friend you're talking about.
So Richard,
I tell my wife, do not look up what he did in the past.
No, my God.
what do you guys talk about when you fish? I know.
Sometimes I miss those balloons and Hogan.
When I'm around Tuttle, I'm looking in his eyes and I'm like, what's in there?
A lot of manifestos.
So I'll give you one piece of advice, Richard, that I've seen other people do that you should not do, which is...
Well, Richard, he should be giving us advice.
No, well, what
What are you talking about, Tom?
Well, okay, here's what you shouldn't do, is you start getting restless, right? Because you, like...
My dad did. He went crazy, and that's when he got the job selling Husqvarna chainsaws.
Okay, yeah, you do all...
He freaked out.
You do all the house projects, and then you get your house in the best looking shape as possible, and you're like, okay, but then you run out of things to do. You're like, I'm doing so much maintenance, the house is immaculate, right? And then you hang out, and then once you hang out with the grandkids, you learn that, like, a couple times a month is fine. Like, you don't need more than that. Especially when they're babies, they don't even remember it.
It's kind of like a treadmill. You'll use it. You'll see them a lot the first couple of weeks, and then after about a year, hang clothes on.
Like most people don't remember what their great grandparents were like because they the first 5 years, no memory. So then, Richard, I've seen other people do this. They start itching to start a business. And then use
your food truck.
Oh, my God, that's a prison if I've ever heard of one. A food truck? That's the hardest one. That's the hardest one.
And then you're driving a truck around with it.
And it's all brown. It's like, brown gravy meatloaf. Richard's brown gravy meatloaf. What can brown gravy meatloaf do for you?
Yeah. Then you drive into the commissary. They make your meatloaf every day. You're loading it in the food truck.
You take a quarter too fast. You spill gravy all over the lady making it in the back. She's suing you crazy because she's got third degrees all over her legs.
So, and then you're dumping your retirement into some cockamamie business because you're like, I can still do it. I can still get out there.
Then the grandkids have something, but you have a food truck festival you have to be to, and you're, I already committed.
And then you're like, the spark's still in there. I still got it. I can still lift some packages. I still got the grind in me. And then you're dumping. Your old ladies yelling at you. You're like, you
spent this much on gravy supplies, and you're like, well, meatloaf's gone up.
And then you buy some subwoofers for. You're like, the kids love this.
It'll bring the kids. I need to be able to get.
And you forget.
I need to be able to play music to bring more people over to my meatloaf truck.
And then you.
I think that's a good idea. Meatloaf food truck in Florida.
Then you've blown $50K.
It's sandwiches, Richard. Open your mind.
Then UPS, because all the new kids that they hire are too lazy to do the job, that they start recruiting the veterans
then
again.
They Rambo you. When they land a helicopter in your backyard, they're like, we need one more out of here, Richard. You're like, I told you I hung it up.
Then you go back part-time and you work, and then you die there.
But you die there. But you die there being a lower level, and then all of the younger, weaker millennial people are in charge of you, and you die in the prison.
And then
they're bossing you around.
And then
and they're having drones fly the packages around, and you don't believe in it. You're like, back in my day, we hand delivered these.
You're mad at the drones, and they make you train the drone.
Oh yeah,
that's the most disrespectful.
But then you fall in love with a drone, and then you inflate a balloon in one of the drone's anuses.
All right, Richard. We
did a lot bad here.
I don't know what we did, but we did something.
We're just talking to our friend. That's all we did is call our friend to wish him a very happy retirement. And in all seriousness, man, your dedication and support of our show really does mean a lot. And whenever I see you posting or interacting, I hope you know how much we do appreciate it, man. And we are very proud of you.
I love you guys, man.
We love you too, man. And best of luck with everything. Tom and I, no BS, when we do look at you and the story, we do. I mean, it is something we admire you and shoot for that. We do. We do. As husbands and dads, and you finishing this out. Well done, man. Well done.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, give me more time to watch you guys on Twitch.
There you go. Hey, we're all for it.
And by the way, we're just going to upload this video to your Cameo, and then we're good now.
We're square. I think we're square.
We did. We're not doing it twice.
No. What do you think I am? What do you think this is, UPS? All right. We love you.
See you, dude.
Be good. All right. That is our buddy Richard. Well, we do owe him a Cameo.
No. Well, that's what reminded
$14.
It reminded me of we should call him and ask him about retirement, because retirement is pretty interesting, because a lot of our listeners are staring at it.
Well, you say you think about it.
Yeah.
I am not at all. This is not be. I feel the need to preface these two because I love being funny, but sometimes I love talking about real stuff with you.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. Come on over and check it out. All social media at Tom and Dan Live.
We got a really good guest on the Zoom with us right now. He's going to be at Rockville coming up May 10th.
Is that the biggest rock show in the North America? Is that the biggest one now?
I don't know. We could ask him. It seems pretty big. Also, the Shinedown Tour coming up in Jacksonville, Estero, and Tampa.
Yep.
Travis Stever from Coheed and Cambria is on the line. How you doing, Travis?
Good. Thanks for having me, Tom and Dan.
Appreciate you, man. First, right out of the gate, I just want to bond with you. You are an only child.
I am. I have step-siblings. Do you have step-siblings?
I don't. I wish I did, because I think that gives you an extra layer. Man, I've been digging in on you and reading a lot of stuff and watching a lot of stuff. And the fact that the connection that you described that I was reading about your connection with music and memory as an only child, is something that is very hard for me to articulate to Tom. Tom grew up with siblings, and he's a very non-emotional man. That's not a diss. That's just reality. And I'm an overly emotional man, but I'm an only. And, man, when a song hits, I could be anywhere. I could be at a hamburger bar with my daughter just sitting there eating, and a song comes on, and it'll floor me. Like, I get a rush of memories, or... Like, it's so much more impactful and meaningful to me. Can you explain a little bit about, like, growing up and music and what it meant to you as an only child?
Well, I think that Tom, just to put on a little bit of an explanation for you mentioning Tom I'm sure that Tom has plenty of emotional depth. I'm sure that there's a thicker skin behind it. There's a little bit of a barrier that had to be developed in having siblings. So when I say I got step siblings, I got step siblings very late in the game.
Gotcha.
And so I would say by the time, they were really massively part of my life, I had already lived the life that you probably relate to, Dan.
Right.
And music becomes this place for you to kind of hide in and relate everything to, because you don't have somebody to turn and say, yo, dude, this crazy just happened, and am I allowed to curse?
Well, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and curse.
We'll beep it out for the radio.
Beep it out. Let's
okay.
Let's do
I'll work on not trying to. It's a good exercise having children to not be such a filth mouth. But so I basically associate music as my communication, right? As my way of relating to things a lot since I was a kid. And I had a father and a mother in music, so it was a language that they both spoke very fluently. My mother stopped creating music and kind of, was disheartened by what the music industry is, understandably. But my dad kept chasing that dream, still does to this day. So
No
it's
way.
like,
That's really
it's very
cool.
relatable in that way.
Dad is still a musician. That's wild.
Yes. Still a songwriter, still working on it, music, even in cover bands and stuff. I think that's the thing, is whether or not we're working on it as being radio DJs, programmers, doing podcasts about music, or we're, working on it as in making the actual music itself. If it means that much to us, and like you said, Dan, if it's something that we carry our memories in, if it's our nostalgia. I had a song that I wrote years ago called Nostalgia in Stereo, and it's just basically about living through the melodies, and the melodies basically being what carry you as a time machine almost.
Was that Davenport Cabinet? Was that?
Yeah, that was a Davenport Cabinet song. So I did that song, and basically that's all I was doing was just like naming the reasons in the song, like why music is such a time machine for me. And I hope I answered your question.
You did.
Siblings come into play, and then you have somebody to turn to. For me, it was just a rude awakening. Like somebody's just going to take your shit. And it's like, you don't know how to protect yourself yet. My siblings were more or less, up until they came into my life, my friends, and I just didn't have the thick skin for that. Maybe you can relate to that, Dan.
Yeah, totally.
And you're a slow learner when it comes to that if you're an only child, because you're like, and you're so emotionally tuned with everything going on, in tune with what's going on, that everybody's just like, why do you care so much? And it's like, well, it's all I had was myself to sit with.
It amplifies it, I feel like.
It amplifies it, how serious you take, and everybody else is like, you gotta watch out taking things so seriously, because you're just gonna be bummed a lot.
You're speaking directly to me. I hear all of this, and yes, you did accurately answer the question, and I appreciate that. Also, on a side note, I thought it was really cool because I grew up in the church, and a lot of the music that I played kind of was. I wasn't. I'm certainly not religious now, and I don't knock anybody who is. Whatever path you're going on is your path. But I thought it was odd that. Is it correct that your mom and dad met in the cast of Jesus Christ Superstar? Is that right?
It was an off-Broadway production, touring production of Jesus Christ Superstar, but either of them by that point were, let's say, religious. It was more the hippie rocker version of touring on it.
Without a doubt.
But I when they split up, my parents split up, I grew up around my grandmother the most, and she was a saint, an angel, but she had a lot of religion, and with that came a lot of fear and guilt. And I'm not trying to go too deep here.
No, you're fine.
But a lot of the stuff that should be removed from whatever religion you have, to have the fear and to have, well, that's why wars come around, you know? Like,
Well, Travis, the fear and the guilt keep you paying the money.
Yeah, they do. They hold you in place.
So,
You need
so
it.
what I'm saying is I grew up around a lot of that religious rhetoric. It wasn't from my parents as much.
Gotcha.
You know, but I grew up with it plentiful. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
By no means am I some sort of like atheist who hates religion. I have plenty of those in my family too. I think there's a balance. I love that people have faith. You know, I'm not going to, if I had a certain faith that I was totally sold on, I'm not going to try and sell you on it either, because I had plenty of that in my life too.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if you find faith, good for you.
Yeah, agreed.
Travis,
Yeah.
I'm curious because I was going through social media and I saw Claudio at a concert tell the audience that after 25 plus years of playing, you guys still get nervous before shows and you still get nervous to perform. And I was like, no way, 25 years,
Absolutely.
really?
And I welcome it, man. I think that's part of like the process that makes it so special still. You know, debilitating stage fright or something like that would turn into an issue.
Yeah.
And luckily none of us have ever had that too bad, you know. But the stage fright that he's describing and that we still share is like really just you can identify it as caring.
Yeah.
Wanting to go out and caring that we're presenting ourselves the right way. You know, him caring that he's singing his songs, you know, with the conviction that people want to come hear it at. And just, being like, you know, especially for Claudio, he's an introvert. So in being in front of all those people, he comes out with a different personality, a whole different existence comes out when he's on stage. But I think that goes for all of us. Like, you know, we all, I mean, I would say I'm an extroverted introvert. Like I have like a lot of introverted tendencies that people might not see as often if I'm get thrust into these situations, especially on stage. But it's not the most, it's not the second nature place, if you will. It's not the place where we are just like, oh, this is exactly where we belong. I mean, it is. We've been there for well over 20, however many years on stages. I mean, beyond that, Claudio and I have been playing it together since we were 14 years old. So, you know.
So let's talk about that for a
That's where
second.
I think we became addicted to it, though.
Yeah.
Once you do that, once you're up there and you're like, holy this is happening, we're doing it. I think we both have our relationships with that. All of us, all four of us, have our relationships with the accomplishment that you feel and the therapeutic value it has. I think it was Duff McKagan once was just saying that there's no drug that you can describe, you know, the feeling like and being like I've searched through them all, but there's this feeling of being on stage where you feel like you've accomplished it. You feel the audience coming back at you, especially when they're participating, and just that absolute feeling, that high, where your serotonin and just, you know, everything in your brain just goes to this level that you can't even describe to people. And that's what that is. That stage fright being there first. And that anticipation of having to go up there, which I just pace getting ready for. And I'm like, ooh, especially when we did the last one I remember that was really like, edgy was Red Rocks.
Yes.
We did a Red Rocks show, which was very special. And we announced another one, and we're playing a full record there. And it's like that's also part of it. And I think specifically with Coheed, we always up the ante. We give ourselves challenges. So playing Red Rocks and streaming it wasn't enough of a challenge to get us like really jittery. Let's play a whole record that's very complicated. That's a double album nonetheless.
Oh my God.
And let's face it, we'll probably be filmed while we're doing that both times because we're doing it at a festival that we announced. We announced a. I'm trying to plug at the same time.
Yeah, please.
Go for it.
Yeah. This is all good stuff.
We announced a Never Ender festival that we're doing in California, and we're doing all of Afterman there. And then we announced a Red Rock show where we're doing all of Afterman. And let me tell you, there'll be those stage fright jitters before that for sure.
So you guys are such a technical band. I mean, like, how do you prepare for something like that, right? Like,
Practice is a big fucking thing. Oh, see, there goes filthy mouth.
You're
practice
fine.
is
You're
a
fine.
massive. Practice is really important to me and to the rest of the band. And at times it's been like, we don't need that much. But I think when it comes to doing something like that, the rehearsals are really important to get the nuances together, to get segues together, especially when you're doing a whole record like that. I'd like to think that we've found our groove we've been doing the Never Ender, events for years now.
Yeah.
I think it was 2010, I think we did the first where we did 4 nights and we did all 4 records we had at the time. And that was the first time we tried to tackle that. And we had a good amount of rehearsal for that. But I think that we've kind of mastered the amount of time it takes to get to the point of feeling more prepared with doing a record or doing sets in general that have like little nuances. And then we can add the stuff in after the fact. We start to hone in on certain things once we're on the road, But yeah, the jitters, the stage fright, that never goes away. And like I said, I'm fine with that. Like, I hope that I never get to the point where I'm like hiding and sweating somewhere and I'm like, I can't go on.
It happens. It's a real thing.
Well, Travis, since you mentioned Red Rocks, I was just there 2 weeks ago, and the venue is ridiculous.
Who'd you see?
Sublime.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the venue, that was my first time watching a band.
Well, the first
there.
night it was 19 degrees. Not very subliming. It's not very subliming. 19 degrees is not tropical wonderland.
But I was like, man, it must be a cool experience to play this venue. Then I thought, like, is that the coolest venue in the United States to play, or is there a cooler venue that you guys have played?
That's just a pivotal moment. There's of course like being home in New York, and we've never headlined there, but we've done a few shows at Madison Square Garden supporting. The last one being with Incubus, and when we did it with Incubus, we had a heap load of Coheed fans there, and having Madison Square Garden filled with people singing. Let's just use the end of a song called In Keeping Secrets as an example. When they're doing these whoa-ohs and the whole place is filling up with it, that's a pretty astonishing moment.
Yeah.
But when we did it at Red Rocks, I would say it's equally as special just because of I've never been to a show there, but I played there with Claudio with Coheed in 2010. We played opening for they were calling themselves Heaven and Hell at the time, but it was Black Sabbath.
Yes.
And listening to songs like Heaven and Hell and Die Young, standing amongst those rocks and just like singing along together. So it wasn't the first time playing that stage, but it was the first time headlining that stage.
Yeah.
And it was Zach and Josh's first time playing that stage. And so I could feel the excitement for them of even being there playing on the stage, but headlining it. And we were streaming it, and, we were with our good friends Taking Back Sunday. And
nice.
It was just a really special moment. So I'd say that was one of the most special, along with playing the hometown. I had, PNC show, the first time we ever played at PNC headlining, which was also with Taking Back Sunday, funny enough, was a very special moment for me because the first, my parents were musicians. I had seen shows growing up, but I had never been to a, massive concert until I was 13, I think. And my mom took me and my stepbrother.
Okay.
I think my stepsister didn't go, but my stepbrother, a good friend of mine named Ryan, and my stepfather and my mother went to see Neil Young, Booker T and the MGs.
Whoa.
Blind Melon was opening and Soundgarden was main support. And it's still one of the best shows that I've ever seen in my life. We supported Soundgarden before Chris Cornell, passed away. And so I got every one of them to sign the ticket.
Whoa.
I would love to get Blind Melon members to sign it.
Yeah, man.
And be my dream. I've seen Neil Young. Neil Young's my favorite songwriter and guitar player. And so if I could ever get him to sign it, hey, but But as of now, I have all of Soundgarden on there from doing that tour. And I just remember hitting PNC for the first time as a headliner and just feeling so, I don't know, incredibly grateful. Just the amount of gratitude that I went there as a kid and saw, still to this day, one of my favorite shows, and then I got to play there. So it's those kind of moments.
I love
I'm
that.
sorry if I go on these extended whims. It's those kind of moments, you know.
The chat room is telling us they love your whims, so I got to let you know. Extend your whims. If you want to extend it, you extend.
Yeah,
you don't even worry about it.
Believe me,
Everybody's
to go to, or else they'll start saying, "All right, shut this."
No. They're absolutely loving it.
Cool. I mean, I would say that a majority of the time, if it's a venue, that's what makes it special for me personally, is if there's a story that goes along with it, or if it's something magical like Red Rocks.
Okay.
It also matters who you're playing with. I mean, that's why a lot of these festivals, I mean, we're here to talk about, Welcome to Rockville.
Rockville, man.
We get to play with a lot of our friends. You know, the night that we're playing, My Chemical Romance is headlining, and I've been in a band with Frank for a few years now, and we had crossed paths many times, but we didn't become as close as we did until we created the band that we did, which was a lifesaver during the whole COVID thing. And so in getting to know him so well and playing with those guys early on and seeing how incredibly huge that whole thing has become, it's really inspiring and great to see. It's great to see your friends do that well. And there's a lot of other friends on that day.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering if that day, because it is so big, is it harder for you? Is it easier for you guys as a band to load in and load out? Is it more of a, like, you see those people in passing, or it looks fun?
It's a pain in the rat's patoot, no matter who. Festivals are difficult for bands.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the one thing. It's like they are incredibly, and like, yet again, I would go to the gratitude that I feel to be on certain festivals like Welcome to Rockville, because it's a matter of getting in front of people that might have even forgot the band exists, Sure. And they're just like, oh, I remember this song. And then all of a sudden, maybe they're going and they're checking out the new Coheed stuff, or, the whole point of being on a festival is to try and give the experience for people that they can choose all different types of bands and music and enjoy like a sonic adventure, right?
Yeah.
So we are the ones that have to make that happen as flawlessly as possible. More the crew,
Yeah.
You got to give props out to the crews that are the local crew and the crew that is brought along, because they have one of the most difficult jobs. They got the 15, 20 minutes when they're rolling those drums onto the stage and bringing up all those amps. They got so much stuff that they have to make sure works in a short period of time that anything can go wrong. And I've been there for a lot of it going wrong. I've been there for in-ear monitors not working. I've been there for amps just straight up not working.
Yeah.
On all sides. I've been there for drums not being mic'd right. I've been there for all of it. I've seen it all.
You bring up an interesting point that I never really thought of. Is when you play a festival, you've got all these gigantic bands that tour themselves worldwide, and they have their own crew that does things their way. And now you got all these crews coming together, and now they have to work with each other. Like, that's part of the problem too, right? It's just like the complication.
Well, really, it's the main headliner, and Chloe has gotten to experience this a few times, and it's always a pleasure, believe me. But the main headliner, and they still are going to have a difficult time because they've got to set up so much, especially if they have a lot of production, But so for our day, My Chem will probably, I hope for them, as friends, that they're the least stressed. But,
right.
Because they're the headliner. They're just like, this is our stage. That's, we're closing it. That's it. So in experiencing that in the past on festivals, that's your best case scenario.
Right. They're hard.
Other than that, even if you're the friggin' main support band to that, or, you're 4 bands before, you're going to be in the weeds of getting up there and trying to, and you hope you're not playing against, whoever at the same time.
Right.
They got to build these schedules. It's not always their fault that somebody is playing at the same time as you that everybody's going to want to see. Is pretty disheartening. But you do your best. When it comes down to the booking agents and managers, our manager Blaze is always looking out for us and trying to get the time slot where people aren't going to be like, I don't know if I want to see Coheed because I want to see, put band here.
Yeah, right.
And that's always the game.
That's a super honest answer, man. I love the because the difficulty.
I'm not going to hide it. I'm too old to hide it.
I know. I love that, man. And we appreciate your candidness. Thank you.
So, Travis, this is something I wanted to talk to you about. And you kind of mentioned you still get nervous because you care about your audience and you want to perform as best you can for them. And it's like you want to please them, which is awesome for a band to do. And there was a time, and you spoke about this in another interview I heard, there was a time that back in the day where bands made all their money through album sales. And then the tour wasn't really that important per se because you made all the money was being made for album sales. So when you went on tour, you could as a band get up there drunk, not care, it didn't matter.
Pressure's off a little bit.
There was a lot of bad performances, especially pre-social media. Like no one was filming it and putting it out like, look at these guys don't even care. They can't even remember their lyrics. Like it was just you performed in a city and whatever, and you're like, whatever, I'm rich from album sales. And now it's totally different. But man, it must have been great to get up there and not care. Right?
I don't think that, we've all had our experiences with making the mistake of, I've definitely had a few shows that I'm like, I wish I didn't do that because I don't think that, I don't know, I can't tell you. We never really experienced the make all the money from the album world. We never,
I know.
We came in when Napster and LimeWire and everything was just caught fire and we were able to utilize it at that point, because we were able to basically put our stuff went up there and we were lucky that many people were listening to it when we're touring on a van and sleeping on amps and shit. But our way of living, if you would even call it that at that era, was selling the T-shirts so we could even get a hotel room on a day off to all share and maybe do some laundry, so that's how we came up. And basically we didn't experience that album thing. So touring was always the thing for us. It's a very different world now because even for touring, like I know a lot of bands that are incredible and out there right now, and they're like workhorses. And I feel bad for them because they're touring constantly just the same way we did. They're from the same school, they're from the same world, but they're just like newer and they're trying to get their name out there. And really what they're battling is the social media numbers because that's what people pay attention to more. And I'm not trying to be a bummer because there's so much great live music out there, but it is a whole different world for them and for us. And trying to go out there and show people that, you care about what the show is, just like Tom was saying, like it's going to surface immediately. So if you sorry.
You're good.
If you suck and people see it, you know what I mean? And I've had plenty in my experience. You don't want to throw a show away, and I never did. But I mean, I guess it was easier to throw a show away in that era. And I don't ever want to throw a show away. I know nobody in our band ever did. If ever we fell for that whole world of thinking that we could just get up there and do whatever and say the audience. Well, I'll tell you, it's very few and far between, and we probably would have been burnt out at the time. And
you guys are a technical band.
The only times that would ever happen for me is if we're touring for 4 or 5 months straight and things got and that's why you got to watch your headpiece and your mental health and social everything on the road.
Good answer. So, because I can see you like being I'm
burn
done
out
with it.
You get burned out.
Also, I'd like to add in there.
Well, if you care about the show the way that we care about the show, and anyone I know cares about the show, the funny thing is that you also care about consistently being out there together. You got to find the balance because if you're always out there, you care about the show, but you're not going to be giving it your all if you're shot.
Yeah, true.
And I've had plenty of times where I've seen all the people that I love and care about that I get to do this with be shot, and they're not giving it 100%. You know, and that's where you'll fall victim to that. And I bet you back in the day, some of it was posed as, you know, clearly there was, you know, debauchery left and right, and bands didn't give it as much and this and that. But part of it probably was that they were burnt too.
Yeah, no,
because, you know.
That makes sense to me.
Well, you mentioned merch. How important is the merch to you guys, to your guys' business? Like, you know,
you guys are doing it on a different level.
I'd say it's pretty much everything in the sense that, you know, I'd say that most of our lives were spent celebrating if we sold enough T-shirts.
Right.
You know, because that's what, when I say we slept on amps and stuff like that, that was the stuff that really, you know, you got guarantees. You know, maybe you sold some albums that night, but you're probably giving that back to the label.
Right.
Or putting it in, you know, the bank so that the label can get their money back for what they put into it. And you hope that it amounts to something numbers wise, but it really doesn't, like, you know, anymore. It's everybody's streaming everything.
Sure.
And like I said, this isn't a bummer. We get to go out and do live music. If we were talking 3 or 4 years ago, I'd be like, what are we going to do? You know?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of it was trying to adapt. I think that's why you're trying to find the balance. Like social media and everything took over to be the place where you could even try and see live stuff, you know? But at least we can all be together at like something like a Welcome to Rockville now, you know?
True.
Yep, and of course, if you want to see Coheed and Cambria at Welcome to Rockville, it's May 10th. You guys know how to get the tickets.
Yeah, how could you not know about Rockville? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for your time, man, and all the great answers, and just kind of spilling your head out on our show today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, last question, Travis, is that right now, in this point in your career, how much time off and family time and home time do you get throughout the year because you guys are touring so much?
Well, I've had the most time off this past like 3 or 4 months that I had in 3 years. I was touring also with, which is playing at Welcome to Rockville, is this band LS Dunes that I was talking about, that I'm in with Frank. And so we toured when Coheed was off. And even if Coheed was on, so I was, you know, and they both meant so much to me. There was new records coming from each band. There was, you know, so it meant, but it worked out perfectly in this time period for me to be home. I was home with enough time to work on some music. I finished this EP with my good friend who's a songwriter, Soren Song, and we released a song a couple of weeks ago. So I have been making music, and I make music with everybody. You know, there's plenty of ideas all over the place from whether it's Coheed or Dunes, but there's all sorts of music going on. But my whole life, sorry, I don't know why, but my whole life was centered on taking care of my kids and stuff here. I was a domesticated beast for about almost 4 months because my wife was getting her master's in social work from NYU.
Nice.
So was it really fully time off? I don't know. But it was at least like this thing that I go back to gratitude because I was here to help and take care of everything.
Yeah.
And so now I've got to, like, I'm putting back on, you know, the work helmet, and I can't wait to go jump around the stage. I got to get my body ready for it. Yeah, I can't wait to go out and play music because, like, you know.
Well, we're going to come see you. The chat room, just so you know, you made a bunch of bitter, older people in the chat room. I'm 49, so, you know, I'm a little bit older. A little bit older. Yeah, I'm a little bit older than you. So let's just say same age just for the sake of us talking. But people our age in our chat room just said, you know what? I guess I got to buy a ticket to Rockville now. He convinced me. So well done. It was all the stories and you just being cool. You're just a cool guy.
It's going to be a great time. You know, the last time we did Rockville, it was one of my favorite festivals of that year. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Travis, some of our listeners camp out there, and I don't know how they do it.
It stinks. It stinks out. You can't camp out there. It's
hot.
Kudos to them. That's not happening in my life. I'll never do that. I'll never camp at a festival like that. I used to go to all the my father Woodstock, old hippie Woodstock guy used to bring me to all. And we still go to concerts. There's something called Bethel Woods that's here, and that's where the original Woodstock was. And they created an amphitheater, and we love going to concerts there and stuff. But I used to go to every anniversary summer, I would go with him, and some of the anniversaries got really big there, and we'd camp out, and there was a campground by it, and sometimes we'd camp in the field, and it felt so fun as a kid, and even as a young, early 20s. I mean, I was basically camping in a van for all those years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have me do that now.
No, I know, Travis, and these people are middle-aged people. They're not
I'll
young.
go to a campground. I'll take my kids fishing. I'll do that whole thing, but I'm not going to go sleep in a field where everybody's...
Yeah, they're wasted. Everyone's hot as hell.
A bunch of zombies rolling around.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you there, man. Appreciate the time. Love to the rest of the band. And hey, thank you for giving us the time today. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Cheers, man.
Talk to you guys.
Be good.
See you over there.
Yep, be safe on the
Peace.
road. Yes, sir. That is Travis Stever from Coheed and Cambria.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, man. Incredibly nice guy.
My buddy Dre was like a little girl when I told him we were interviewing Coheed and Cambria because it was one of his favorite bands. He started sending me a million questions. I'm like, I'm not asking him every damn question.
I too am a very big Coheed fan. I've always liked them. They're one of those bands where the lead singer has a high-pitched voice. I didn't want to say this with him on the line because I think it's like I didn't want it to seem like it's insulting. But like band, if you like, and I said it, and then somebody in the chat room was like, "You nailed it." It was like, if you like the band Rush, you will like Coheed and Cambria. If you like Coheed and Cambria,
Super
chances
technical.
are you like Rush. Yeah, progressive rock band, very technical. Everybody is a master of their craft. What do I mean by that? It's not a diss on anybody else, but you're not going to win any like riff-off awards. Green Day, great band, but not the most technical band. Coheed, you look at Coheed, they rip. They're literally one of the most technical, and Travis does this thing. It's like a dueling guitar style solo with him and Claudio, where they both are lead guitarists. Travis being, I think, lead, but Claudio's no slouch. So when they start dueling back and forth, their lead, it's very, very aggressive, fast. It almost dips its toe into wizard metal at times. It's very...
There's people online that say
I love it.
It may be the best guitar duo in a band.
I can agree with that.
Top 5 in the world, they think. And
I'll put it to you this way. I don't know whose leads I like better. I mean, I like them complementing each other.
Yeah.
The bands that have the guitars that can both do leads, to me, are my favorite.
Yeah.
Where somebody else is I'll fill in rhythm while you rip. And the drummer, Josh, if you just go look him up, any of the Drumeo videos that he does, these guys have like... What I would say about Coheed that I very much like, and it went with Travis, and it exudes to Josh, and I think even Claudio, if we ever get a chance to talk to him. Claudio, Josh, the drummer, in the Drumeo videos, he's so happy about explaining what he's playing that if you don't like the video, there's something wrong with you. Like, he's telling you something he loves, so it comes off that way. It's a fun watch because the guy like legitimately loves what he's doing.
I like a good mad drummer, like the Metallica guy.
I like a good drug addict drummer. I like a good for nothing drug addict drummer, like a Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses. I like it where you do so much drugs that when they interview you later and ask why'd you get kicked out of the band, you're like, wow, you're so messed up you can't even talk. Because you did so much drugs that like you fried your brain.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come on over. Just search for @Tom and Dan Live. If you want to watch the show, we're always audio first. But we do not forget about video. We don't forget about it. Never forget. Video, never forget.
David Jolly's here. How you doing, Jolly?
Mama, we made it!
Miguel Cologne's on the couch as well. They're both going to be at Laugh Out Lounge on Winter Haven on Friday and Saturday. You can get your tickets. I'm sure just search Laugh Out Lounge.
Winter Haven, or if you go Winter Haven LOL.
Yeah.
Right? I think that gets you right to the tickets. Yeah, winterhavenlol.com will get you right to the tickets.
It's in my bio, too, in my punch-up. If anybody follow me on, I ain't sure.
Tom doesn't. He's your friend. He doesn't read bios. He's like, he's like,
I know your past, Jolly.
I know
Well, no, you know, like the little the description, whatever they call it.
He need to read that.
So Jolly, what's been going on? Because you are everywhere, traveling around. You are doing shows across the country.
You are legitimately everywhere, man. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I
like
see you on podcasts. You're on a podcast. There's a little baby, a white baby on there.
Oh, you talking about Heath?
Yeah, we saw the white baby. We saw the white baby.
I'm like, we need a white baby in our
Yeah,
podcast.
we're trying to actively get a white baby.
He got tattoos and everything. He swear.
Not midgets are hot right now. Like where they're not technically, they weren't bitten and turned, but they're all the attributes.
Right.
Wait a minute, am I one of those?
No, you're you're a little too tall.
Too tall?
Yeah.
5'2"? 5'2" is too tall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
4'10".
You could still enlist in the military.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
They got that age up there.
And everything.
Yeah,
You have
I'm
to
ready.
be 5 foot and under. And you just missed it.
I did miss
Just
it.
missed it.
Yeah,
I didn't
And
miss
then
it.
now your hips, you made it a little bigger.
Yeah, I'm 2 millimeters taller.
But
You're like a giant now.
I am. It's weird up here.
in 10 years, you'll be there. Then I'll be rich.
You're their Yao Ming.
I am that.
So,
Are they drinking RO water? We don't have any cold water for them?
This is fine.
well,
Are they
I
having a
keep
drink?
forgetting to buy some at Publix.
I was thinking of walking. Do you want me to walk during the segment and get it? That's what
No. Jolly,
I'm good.
Jolly Miguel, they can handle anything.
Hold on.
They're not
Jolly
uppity.
Miguel is a Spanish Christmas helper. What are you talking about? He's not here. It's not time for that.
I know two things. There is nothing that I could ever offend Jolly or Miguel about. They'll
I like
never
they
be
go hard.
offended.
I love that they go hard.
They'll
I do
never-
love it.
And they could roll with anything.
Yeah.
Like no matter
They've seen it all.
Oh, yeah.
no matter what situation you guys walked into here that was happening here, you guys, it wouldn't phase you. You wouldn't be like, what? You just roll with it.
I just go sit down and wait for my turn.
Like if I'm doing cocaine and there's, I'm
unfair.
boofing someone, and Jolly's going to be like, hey, that's your business.
Unless it's me. Unless you're boofing me. And then he's like, what?
No, they're just they'll be like,
If I walked in, he was boofing you, I would hand Jolly $10. I'm like, you were right.
And I'll be calm, too. I'll be calm. It's not my first boofing. I'm calm, dude. I don't even make a facial expression. I'm like,
You're editing.
I was like, the show must go on. I got stuff
If
to
I
do.
walked in here and you guys were like dragging a dead body out, and I walked in, we all made eye contact, I'd literally just be like, I'll come back.
and I trust you.
I trust you.
Miguel's
I
not
trust
going
you.
to the cops.
I'm not going to cops. I'm not sticking around for this either. Not my body, not my problem. But I'll, what,
I'll
1:30?
probably just sit down. I'll be like, it's almost 1 o'clock, man.
Yeah, they got stuff to do before we start the interview.
That ain't none of my business.
So Jolly, in the past, when did you move out to Austin?
It's almost July be 3 years.
All right, so that's crazy because it's funny because for us we're just doing the same thing, and like we saw you move out there and you've been grinding out there. You've been working on your career. It's interesting too because you're way more and not mature but business savvy than I think you were especially when I first met you.
Yeah, I feel
but
you.
like I just feel like you now have a professionalism about you that it just comes with grinding for years and years and being in this business and seeing how the cheese is made.
Do you take it more seriously now, you think?
I mean, I took it serious then, but I mean, once I quit drinking, it was like, all I'm doing is this. Like before, all I did was comedy and drink and take care of my son. That was like my whole life.
Sure.
Now it was like, this is all I do. And I got Jewish representation, so,
I pointed that out to Tom.
I'm like, that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
Like you went legit. Like you got like you got like Gary Goldstein and like you've got
it's
like
definitely a Goldstein.
Yeah, you got a Goldstein and you got another one. And I was like, oh, he got the like,
Schimmel.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he got a Goldstein and a Schimmel. I was like, he means business.
Goodman. Got a Goodman.
You got a Goodman.
I got the rest of an Italian lady that she mix it all up. You know what I mean?
They're good for office work.
No. That's my manager.
Is that what we're saying now? Okay,
She make it happen.
Well, she'll yell at people.
Yeah, she's good at it too.
I'm not having to write the contracts, but she could file them.
True.
That's what we need at TND Media, a good yeller.
Yeah.
An old yeller.
An old black yeller too. You gotta get
An
Miss
old
Hope.
black yeller?
Miss Hope will light this
Who
thing
is Miss
up.
Hope?
You never met Miss Hope?
No.
She a local local comic.
Get her in here.
She in the service as well. Well, she retired, but she good at yelling.
Okay.
Good at curse words.
Right down this hook. We'll get her in here. We need a good black yelling lady. Screaming at everybody.
Sits in the front desk right over there.
Just right when you walk in the door, she's yelling already.
What are you doing here?
I don't give a goddamn who you work for.
Oh, I like that. That's exactly the kind of energy we need. Let's ask the obvious question. I mean, since a lot of people know you from, or maybe they only know you from Kill Tony, and you doing that.
These sketches been pretty good, though.
The sketches, though, I think are getting more.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing more of.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing you kind of detach. Not that you're not still always will be affiliated, I'm sure, in some capacity, but it seems like these sketches are coming up on my algorithm hard. Let's talk a little bit about that and what you're kind of focusing on there.
Well, I mean, like, me and Jake was just... We were I said, hey man, let me make like a Waffle House sketch if I was like the orientation guy. And then he was like, hey man, let's make one more after that. And it was that mechanic one. That was the second one I made.
Yes.
And then it just went boof. And, and it's another avenue for
what do people call them? DeAndre videos? Or what
DeAndre.
Is that what they're calling them now? Like,
yeah, I mean, because it was another way to get in front of another audience of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because stand up is cool and I love it, but it's always to get back to stand up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, and just to be able to sell tickets on my own.
Yeah, it's a way to market
and
yourself.
Be able to brand yourself. I mean, I love Kill Tony. I was, I'm on one coming up soon. I'm on a couple of them.
Were you on the Super Bowl one?
Nah, I went on that one. I was on the Killers of Kill Tony last week. We were in Albuquerque and Phoenix. I'm pretty sure I'll be on the one in Tampa. They ain't called me yet, but they always call me at the last second. So, I mean, like, I'm still affiliated with them, but I still got to brand David Jolly to be able to,
I love that.
Because, I mean, I love Tony, but sometimes people who watch Kill Tony, they'll be like, oh, this guy just crazy. And it's like they go to a show and they're like, man, you really good at this. And it's like,
right.
Like, yeah, that's a minute. And it's great for comedy because it lets a whole nother audience of people with short attention span watch a little stand-up. Then they get to meet that person, you know what I'm saying? So it's great. Like, a lot of people hate on it, but it's like, it's great for stand-up. Because all these people hating, y'all weren't doing nothing that nobody gonna see.
Right.
So why you got so much to say when this is, like, it's a dude named Aaron Bilal. He can't even talk, but he's selling out theaters.
It appears in a lot of ways.
What do you mean he can't talk?
He can't talk. He uses his phone.
Yeah, he tells comedy through, like, he's like a... Yeah,
he's like light it up. He good at it.
But he writes the joke, and then if somebody starts roasting him, he'll type out a roast real fast and play it, and he'll roast their ass.
And it'll come out. Yeah, it'll come out the
speakers. They have it wired.
It's great.
It's actually
very
really... Look, man.
Imagine if he has a crash out like Kramer. And he's like, you stupid...
yeah. Easier to type than say, I mean.
He real funny, too. He real funny.
Lightning fast.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think that I think some people do think that, and it's weird. Like, I think, unfortunately, the Kill Tony thing also suffered from, and I'm not going to get into it, but like an injection of politics is never good for anything.
No, nothing.
And you get that, and then people have to feel like they need to choose sides rather than just laughing or supporting something they thought were funny. And so it's very smart, I think, for you to just be like, look, man, it's a great opportunity for me. I enjoy it. I still have,
I'm still a part of it.
I'm still a part of it, but I also, and it's probably amazing, and it probably makes you feel good as a comedian to do a full set. You're doing an hour or longer up there, and then people come up and go, damn, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
That's got to feel first, because I've seen you writing. I've seen you carry in the journals and stuff like that. All you guys that do this, sometimes I think that people don't think you... This is like a way for you to prove to them, like, see how much I cared? But I gave you a full damn show.
Yeah, but when they come to the show and they see that it's more, so now you got somebody that's like, oh man, I'm coming to all these shows. Like, I'm coming to everything you go to, I'm coming, because now they're a fan of comedy. However, people got to come around to it. It's irrelevant as long as they come around.
Do they call you DeAndre ever? Or do you ever?
Well, all the time in the airport, like,
that's what I figured.
At shows, people be like, DeAndre House. we were in Cleveland, and a guy was like, man, I drove 3 hours. Like, my dad was dying last year. And I just, every time watching them stupid videos, like, we putting together a pilot. Jake, Jake Ricker.
Yeah,
y'all know
man.
Jake, right?
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah, shout out to Jake.
I think he was in here one time. We haven't talked to him or interacted with him a ton, but I'm a big fan, and I see him. Yeah. I follow him and follow all the stuff. His Call of Duty videos were awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
But he putting together a pilot. We got something called DeAndre Town, we done put together the pilot. He's just editing it now.
Nice.
So I mean, doing that and like hopefully it get picked up by somebody. Well, it's gonna get picked up by somebody, and just grinding. Ain't no stopping,
Yeah.
That's why I like Austin. It's so new. It's like the Wild Wild West. It's got legs. It got everything you need in other scenes except for just no identity yet.
Gotcha.
You got everything there. You got Tom Segura and Christina P. podcast. A lot of big podcasts are there. You might go to the mothership one day. You going to see a Joe Rogan and friends, and you done got Shane Gillis, Ron White, Tony Hinchcliffe. You done got the biggest names in comedy for the same price of this ticket.
Yeah.
So it's like it's beautiful. It's growing.
Do you have a home base? Because I think people will know. Like I think they pictured like, do you have like an apartment that you go into and it's yours, and do you get to enjoy it, or are you always just traveling?
Well, I moved my mom out there. My mom lives with me now in Texas.
Oh, that's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, I live in Travis County, but I'm 45 now. I don't want to be in Austin.
I feel you.
So I'm like, it take me like 20 minutes to get to the door of the mothership. So I mean, I'm good where I'm at.
And you're taking care of mom, man. That's awesome.
She's very annoying, but I love her.
Hey,
Can she yell for us?
No, she ain't good at yelling. She ain't good at yelling.
Damn.
She a quiet.
That would have been
She
awesome.
probably can though.
I don't give a goddamn who you work for.
We get
Tom
a
and
Mama
Dan.
Jolly in here. Mama Jolly will light up some
Yeah, she might be able.
Oh,
she done yelled at me a couple times. She ain't good as she used
She
to
got to
be.
be super proud of you, right?
Oh yeah.
So Jolly.
That's cool, man.
Okay,
That's so cool.
Let's get down to business.
Uh-oh.
Where's the money, Jolly? Because
a great question.
Because now, like I'm just grinding here, doing the same thing, or whatever, and then I see you go out there, and I'm waiting to see you hit the money. Right?
Yeah.
And then I know you got Kill Tony. I'm like, you got close.
What would let you know he hit the money?
Oh, there'll be signs. I'll know the signs.
Like the money? I don't know. I might buy like a Jaguar or something.
Yeah.
He's not talking the car.
Yeah, cat.
A Jaguar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actual Jaguar.
Why do black people, they get a little bit of money, they got to go exotic animals?
Because that's like saying
Back
like,
at home, baby.
That's a trope. That is a trope. That
it's like being back in Africa.
yeah.
Come on.
I didn't even think about
It's like
that.
a homeland
We're
thing.
not putting that out there.
I didn't think about it. Jolly said that. I didn't say
We
that.
got sponsors.
Jolly said he wants to be back in Africa.
Yeah, I said it. I can't say I want to be back in the motherland.
Thomas Van, don't tell a black man what he should think.
Yeah, this guy's trying to tell a black man he can't buy a super cat.
That's your grandfather talking, Tom.
I don't
That's your
know.
grandfather talking.
You know what? I'll reprimand myself now.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Mike Tyson do that? Did he buy the white tiger?
Yeah, he got it all kind of.
Oh, Dan, they're all not the same people.
So, okay, Tony Hinchcliffe, rich, right? Like, how rich
he's
is
doing
he?
all right.
Yeah, because I know
yeah.
Shane Gillis, stinking rich.
Where you get the Bud Light money?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Shane Gillis is selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you add it up, it's always a numbers game. So I mean, like if you know
What
the
do you
numbers,
get for arenas? He's doing arenas.
I'm pretty
right?
sure he got he probably not to get in nobody's business, but a lot of the times they get everything except the promoters take whatever they make and then the rest.
It's like over $1 million a show.
Hey, I don't want to. Shane Gillis is one of the most down to earth, coolest people that you'll ever meet. Like never a jerk. He just a good hang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time you see Shane, you'll see him. He might be like walking from down the road, like down 6th Street, and somebody like, "Oh, well, is that Shane Gillis?" And he just, you know what I mean? Approachable guy, like great guy, like.
He was able to keep that aura of the everyday Joe that made it famous, even though we know now, and I think that's part of it is like you cannot tell people how much money you've made now because now
He's
you're
pretty
not
guarded about
you're
that,
not the everyday Joe.
Yeah, I mean, but if you see him,
you
he's
got
gonna have on a t-shirt, some jeans, and just some tennis shoes.
Yeah,
you would never know. You would think he just like a gamer dude. Like he just got on a t-shirt, regular jeans. And not no exotic shoes, you know what I mean?
He also turned down that Saudi money, right? Talked about it. Yeah. And that's a good look for people.
That's how rich he is.
Well, people, yeah, exactly. That is how rich he is. He's very comfortable, and he could have done he could have gone to
that festival,
the Riyadh deal.
I'm not rich enough to turn down any money.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are.
You would have flew over there for like $130. Everything was covered.
Hold on.
Everything covered. Everything's covered.
United Emirates Airline. I've been wanting to fly that my whole time. Yeah.
What about the $732?
Yeah, everything covered. Trip to Dubai for $732. Hobnob. I'm like, why does everybody hate me when I get back? I was like, this was great.
I'll pay $50.
Yeah,
I don't even
Jolly,
know.
I'll pay $732.
Yeah,
For a flight over there?
Yeah.
I don't know what people mad about. I don't get into politics, man. I hate politics. It ruined the country. Whatever you believe in, keep it to yourself and just live, you know?
They can't. They're addicted to it.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is people get their opinion on politics and then what after that? Like, you ain't finna change the world. I ain't finna change the world.
No, they have to get it out like it's a sneeze or something, or like they have to tell their Facebook, like, this is what I think.
I've been pushing for every single person on social media needs to take like a basic civics test, and then their score needs to be put next to their opinion. So every time you post something about politics, you like, remember this guy got a 32.
But you can
yeah, like a community note.
Yeah, so before I take his advice on, what does he think about what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz? 32 on World Geography.
Yeah. But you can look through their pictures. If they got on overalls, I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. Nothing. I mean, I love people who wear overalls, but more than likely, we know who they're going to side.
We know who they're for.
What if one straps down in the overall, Jolly?
Well, that might be a cool guy. That's what that means.
You told me you bought something fun. You bought yourself a gaming console.
Yeah, I bought a PlayStation 5. I just went to the store and I just made a decision right then. Yeah. Boom, I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah, you just $400 down, bam,
boom,
out the door.
It felt good, because most of the time, I'm always working. We either recording or I'm downtown working on material. Just to be able to wake up in the morning and just play the game, and it's just amazing.
What are you playing?
It's a meditation. It's there. You need your brain break from work.
Yep.
Because I know Jolly, and he got into this grinding mindset where this is the only way to succeed. And obviously, look where he's at now. And if everybody had that mindset, you could do a lot with it. The problem is that you'll grind yourself out, where you start burning yourself out, and then you're like, I need some sort of brain break or to forget about work for a second, and that's probably why you
have you felt burned out at all? I mean, it's been a wild 3 years, right? I mean,
I've been on the road since I got there, probably 6 months in. Well, October, that's when everything just went round. So since October 2023 to now, I've been on the road probably every weekend. Or I don't get burnt out just because I got a system. I'm not going to let myself, if I'm not doing the Killers of Kill Tony, it's me, Miguel, and Jake. We do when I headline, and then I be with Cam too. Cameron Patterson.
Yeah.
And they 26, 27. So when the shows are over, you know what I do? I go back to the B&B. I don't spend no money. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to do nothing. I don't hang out at all. All of us, me and Miguel in our 40s, so.
Do people think you're younger than you are? Do you get some of that?
Well, I got gray hair, since I got my teeth
no
fixed.
One would know. No one would know. If you dyed your hair right now, people think you're Cam Patterson's age.
Well, not that age. I mean, but I get what you're saying.
A little bit older.
Dan's dad will think you're Cam Patterson. Is that the one?
It's not. I mean, it's just been fun because just chilling. Miguel always cook. Because them boys be on keto. Yep. When we go out to eat, I be eating all the pancakes, have it dripping down my face. He want pancakes so bad. I know he do.
I stare sometimes. I'm like, would you swallow it?
Blow the pancake breath on me.
But Jolly, don't you feel like you could be missing out on the party? Cam Patterson's out there. He's famous as hell. No. He's out there. There's but girls and fame and.
Well, he Cam to me he Cam, so I mean, I know what come of that. If I go out with him, they 27, I'm 45. You know how fast it is for me to just curse out everybody in the house. at least three. If we gone for the weekend, they know. They gonna do something.
Yeah.
And I'm cursing out everybody like a real old man. I'm getting so old.
Yeah, like a mad old man. Yeah. It's knock it off.
Yeah. Well, I just tell them they know, don't bring it to me.
Yeah.
leave me alone. I'm gonna be in this room. But we have a blast, man. It's too much fun going on to like have any opportunity to be like, oh, I'm working too hard.
What's the craziest thing you've seen or had the opportunity to see? Because you've been on stage with a lot of really, 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 really famous people.
Like the craziest thing?
Yeah, or like the thing that you were, it doesn't necessarily have to be wild, but something you're saying, like, I am standing in this room while this is happening.
Oh, every single time, like, I know Joe Rogan. That's Joe, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I walk in the green room, I'm like, what up, Joe? What up, fool? You know what I'm saying? We do our black thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like Tony them. But every time I see Ron White, and I know Mr. White, every time I'm like, oh, I can't believe this is Ron White. What is going on right now?
You're starstruck by Ron White? Yeah,
every time.
He was at the Mothership Christmas party, and honest to God, I was like a little kid. I was like, it's Ron White. And he was with, he was with Shane Gillis the whole time. And I'm like, stop talking to him, Shane, so I can go over.
I want to meet
Stop talking to him.
White.
There is a level of cool that Ron has. He's also the only guy I know of as an older man that can grow a ponytail, and you're like, that's a goddamn good ponytail, Ron White.
Ron White is probably the coolest guy to ever walk Earth. He's just a cool dude.
He seems very cool.
He quit drinking too, right?
Yeah, he don't drink anymore.
Yeah,
I saw that.
He'll still get up there with like a Heineken Zero or something. For safety.
He drinks Stella Zeros.
I like the Stella Zeros.
Yeah, they taste good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
It seems like once you get to a certain age, you realize like I just can't consume alcohol. If I want to continue to be productive, like I just can't do it anymore.
That's what my body told me when I quit. When I went to Austin, I was at this guy party on like 4th of July at the castle, and then when I woke up, I was like, man, you moving to Austin like July 29th. You are not gonna make it doing this, because I woke up like in a van or something. It was like
I saw we talked about the pictures of that.
Driving. He woke up.
There was like we were going through photos of some party or something. Remember that? And I'm like, who is? I was like, is that David Jolly? There's like a dead David Jolly in a van.
Yeah.
Just a body.
David Jolly was like a house comic at Sausage Castle parties. One of the rowdiest audiences, like 200 rowdy people. So if you get them, they love you. And that's one of the things I love, because lots of people recently now started also getting DeAndre videos. But when people would send me clips and be like, that's the dude from the castle, I'm like, yeah, he done went on to do stuff, guys. You know?
I just stopped. Like after that night, I just said,
were you just disappointed in yourself? You're like, I'm out.
Yeah, and I just stopped drinking. I was angry for like 2 weeks. Like,
and you don't dabble anymore. You don't like somebody give after your beer. You won't just have like a beer. You're just like, I'm out.
I like the taste of beer,
Me
so
too.
I drink Heineken Zeros. I like a good.
You look really good, dude. You look all dialed in.
I've just been working out and just trying to take care of my family and hang out with Miguel, man. Y'all don't know how cool Miguel is.
Oh, I know.
He's pretty cool. He brings us cool stuff.
This is the best headliner I could roll with, because after a show, we might get something to eat.
Yeah.
Then Jolly's up at like 6:30 a.m., so that makes me wake up at like 8, because I'm like, all right, Jolly's up, I better be up. And then we'll go to the gym. I'll be on an elliptical. 30 minutes. I don't care.
You're knocking it out. Knock it out.
And then we go to lunch, and then we go for walks around. It's like Jolly be like, y'all want to go for a walk around the city? And I'm like, this is pleasant.
I love old man stuff.
Party.
Yeah, let's go walk around the city.
I'm so happy I just turned 45 yesterday, man.
Yeah, I was going to wish you a happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
But I forgot.
It's so good. Like, I don't have to prove a point. I don't have to be cool. I've been that, but now I'm to the point where it's like, I'm not even going to think about whatever you suggesting if I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Man, all I hear is, damn, I want to hang out with Cam Patterson. More than to wake up at 6 and do elliptical.
Oh, I mean, they have a blast. I went out with them when we was in Lincoln, Nebraska. And when I went out, we hanging out. You know, they not nobody doing nothing crazy, just having a good time.
Yeah.
And I was just, when I got there, it was like one person, like one dude. And I talk to anybody, but if somebody just keep like, when you're dealing with drunk people and you're not drunk, That's the worst.
It can be very difficult.
You didn't
It's
go
like
out with us that
punishment.
night when we went out with Cam and them for Playboy Cardi when we were
Yeah, I
in
ain't
Tampa.
go, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was a long night. And even I was like, and they was just having a good time. And I was like, oh, this is great. My boy Matt hit him up and was like, come to the show. But then it was like about 2:00 in the morning and Matt's like still up and all these young people are still up. And I'm like, hey, it is
over.
2 a.m.
That's the thing. I might go like for like 30 minutes. If they go out somewhere, I go grab something to eat. But then once the food is done, they're like, where we going next? I'm going to the B&B.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I
It's
don't blame
over
you.
for me.
It's weird because there are certain people in this world that can hang out with drunk people and not drink, and it's impossible.
Fine. Who?
I don't know.
Who?
I've seen it.
Name a person. Because I can't do it. You can't do it.
No,
Johnny
no.
can't do it.
Yeah, no, but there are people that don't drink and hang out with drunk people, and I'm like, how do you have this power?
You need a ride, honey? You need a ride, honey? You don't know her.
And sometimes
It's rough.
and then sometimes you'll have to find the one that's the least amount of drunk and hang out with them because you know they're only going to bring it back around for the 9th time.
Yeah, stay away
Not
from the
the
one on
12th.
blow.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I chill with anybody, but it's like when you're not drinking and for like a whole hour of somebody, it's just like, man, I used to look like an idiot when I was a drunk.
Yeah. And
I don't
kids
know.
nowadays, too, they all Uber. So nobody drink and drives. So nobody stops at the end of the night. Nobody's like, oh, I got to chill for a little bit. I got to drive. They're like blacking out in this car.
Oh, I never thought about that.
I just got to make it to the Uber.
Yeah, we used to have to be like, all right, just one more shot. I'll do a bump in the bathroom.
I'll drink one glass of water.
And I would do like a big belly event downtown, and I drink just enough where I think this is not good. Drink just enough where I think I could get home, and then stop at the 7-Eleven that was really close to my house because
Get
I
some
knew it
beers.
was safer to drink at home.
Yeah.
and then get hammered.
No, I mean, I've been like, all right, man, I shouldn't be driving. But I do got to stop at that drive-thru too.
Well, no, that's you're undoing what you did bad. Yes, you're making yourself sober in line. Yeah,
Officers, I can't stop my vehicle in Taco Bell now? You want this?
exactly.
Are there any comedians currently that have like basically sworn off social media and don't do social media and just do stand up? Because it seems impossible to be able to promote yourself without having any social media presence whatsoever.
If you're 75, you know what I mean? It's probably
no young
Seinfeld, you know what I mean?
So anybody 20, 30, 40, they all have to do it for their job.
A lot of them hate it, but at the same time, you got to understand it ain't like how it used to be. You go to New York or L.A., they had a scene where people came in. It was like a tourist attraction. Austin is like that. Like, people are coming and they're spending their, like, honeymoons. Yeah. People spending, like, their whole vacation.
Yeah, I know people that have gone just to see, like, comedians, see you, go to the
Sunset,
mothership, do that kind of thing.
They go to the other clubs, and it's dope.
Creek in the Cave and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's like now nobody in Minnesota going to know who you are unless you real cool with this old dude who gatekeeping and he putting up who he want to. I mean, but that's... Or you go around them and do the social media route. It's a million ways to do social media. You can drop comedy clips, stand-up clips.
Yeah, and now it seems like, you know, back in the day there was only one improv in town or Funny Bone or whatever, and now, like, there's a lot of different venues, and if you can sell tickets and have a social media presence, then you can go around the comedy clubs and just do your own venue if you sell tickets at it. And it seems like a lot of people are doing that, where there is no gatekeeper because, like, hey, this club, you know, or this venue will host a comedy night, and you're like, oh, my listeners will just, you know, our followers will just go there.
Just like when y'all had those tumbleweeds, man, that was the best. Them tumbleweeds I used to do when Ross McCoy used to host them.
I know, I remember. Yeah, but he would do it.
The best.
The problem with that, though, is you need a scenario where the audience knows they're at a comedy club and are going to watch stand-up comedy, and then if you have a bar,
have to fight sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you're doing comedy to half the room.
Me and Dave Jolly came up in the bonkers tumbleweed era. We know very well walking into a room and you're like, I'm the only one that knows there's a show here.
Nobody else in here knows there's comedy going on.
Bartender's like, there's a show tonight?
Although that's a good way to cut your teeth and harden yourself into doing stand-up, that a lot of...
or make it easier on yourself because you know people aren't paying attention. You know, like, it goes both ways.
I'm going to tell you this, and I think he feels the same way. you might give up in the middle, but you never give up in the beginning. You're like, no, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. And then halfway through, you might be like, no, I'm getting out of here.
I'm not going to get him.
Yeah.
I'm so confident.
Or you when you on stage and you know it's not going to happen, in your mind, you're like, you know what? This guy's about to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm about to do whatever. You still here. You still got to listen. You know?
I'm going to tell you this. If I'm bombing, but my homeboys are in the audience, I'm going to have fun because I know it sucks at the moment, but I know they're having the time of their life watching me bomb. Right. But if I'm bombing alone, that's a horrible feeling.
Man.
Nobody to talk to on the ride home. Nobody anything. Just,
Just a reminder of how hard what you guys do is.
Yeah.
Man. Especially like if everybody bombed, if the host bombed and the feature bombed and the headliner bombed, then y'all just feel miserable together. It kind of balances itself out, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any special plans? Like you're going to put out a special? I mean, I know you're doing videos now. You're obviously touring. People can see you at Laugh Out Lounge.
Yep.
WinterhavenLOL.com to scoop up any last minute tickets. I would imagine they're selling pretty good.
Yeah, they're selling pretty
Yeah,
good.
I would imagine they are.
I don't know how many are still available, but I know it ain't a lot.
Yeah, it can't be.
And Jolly's going to be back June 11th at the Funny Bone.
Yes, sir.
So you can also
Day before
pre-buy
my
your
birthday.
tickets there.
Oh, for sure.
I already bought a table to that show.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I bought a front row table to that June 11th show because it's the day before my birthday, and I might lose my goddamn mind.
That's what's up, man.
Krista would have given it to you for free.
Yeah.
man.
I wanted.
Thank you for that.
You don't always get a good seat though. Sometimes they put you in the back. I want to be right up front.
You'd have slipped me some cash. I'd have been like, hey, Miles.
I didn't want to forget about it either. I wanted to jump on it because I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome.
That should sell well. I got like I just realized what I've been doing the last a bit of time. I haven't even really did any ads, and people been coming. So now I'm gonna just try to like do more target ads, and I'm hoping to sell it out way before the show.
There you go.
We've been selling out a lot of the shows on the road. Like,
Yeah.
Jolly's been selling them out. I even got the little clicker for like walking around.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, yeah.
And they're
yeah.
hard tickets, like no free tickets, like hard tickets. So,
Good.
And the good thing about it is my crowd are like adults who like get comedy. You know what I mean? Like people coming with their wife. Because I like to talk to everybody when they come, man. I want to know your story. Like, thank you. You just spent $25 to come see me do comedy. That's dope.
Yeah.
you know?
Are comedians still doing merch as much as they were? Okay, so it still happens where they're selling merch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it's not
got a-
studio. Do you got merch, Johnny?
What? Yeah, I bought the machine that makes this.
Yeah.
And I got like the press, so I make my own merch. That's like Monday or Tuesday. I just spend the whole day printing out. I sit in my garage, watch the TV, and then I just press shirts.
I bought an old Chinese lady, and she physically makes the shirts for me.
Oh,
She wove them.
Yeah, I got silkworms on the roof.
Yeah, we did a lot of that though. It's funny. He's doing the same stuff. Like
we'll
packing
save
their
a
own-
bunch of money.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all used to make them too?
Well, we didn't make
Nah,
our
yeah.
shirts, but we'd pack them all. So when people would
ship
buy
them
our
out.
shirts, we'd get in there and we'd pick like a Saturday and we'd work, or like
Yeah.
a Friday afternoon. We'd work all day packing everything and sending them out.
Yeah,
How you got to do it.
I don't put them in packages. I buy the shirts in bulk, and then I print this out, like whatever design I want to make, and then I just press it and make whatever I want to make.
I mean, you can make a lot of money off merch. Like,
Oh, yeah.
At concerts, it's insane. Like, it's just
Like
like
$80 for shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
Well, mine like 25, because I ain't trying to kill nobody.
Yeah,
I'm making
yeah.
them good money,
And there's promotion behind it and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just, it's just bonus money at the end of a show. But I just wondered because I think the last couple comedy shows I went to, and maybe they were selling merch, I just didn't stay for it.
Some people don't see the importance in it, but I mean, if you can sell 100 shirts at $30, that's $3,000 at the end of the month.
Yeah,
at the end of the week.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You
to
know
make
what I
it.
mean?
Although
Yeah.
you gotta travel with it though too. For like other comedians coming through, like you gotta bring it yourself.
Oh yeah, you gotta like check a bag. 'Cause
Yeah,
I got a whole suitcase just full of stickers and shirts. So I mean, but that's a nice way to take care of other things. I be thinking about everything. Like I came over here on a buddy pass, so that was $60 here, $60 back.
I got Frontier Go Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
No, but I like that you approach it like that. I mean, that is
It's a business.
It's a little Gilbert Godfrey, but I like it. I like that you're like, I'm going to do my own stuff and cut $1 here, and because that is how you survive. That's how you make it successful.
Yeah, I mean, even if you make a whole lot of money, imagine if you save some of what you spent.
That's why
you
we
know?
cook at.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we cook at the B&B when we're on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
We eat out at the club. We cook at the B&B, and then we will go to like a restaurant. We heard.
Yeah,
Hey, you got to go to
we'll
this
hit a
one.
spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do it like anybody else's vacation. I
Yeah.
do these dance trips. We cook the whole time. We pick one cool restaurant to go to.
We go to the grocery store. Jolly's like, "Hey, I got all the groceries for the Airbnb." I start feeling like I'm coming to him like a kid. I'm like, "Hey, Jolly, is it cool maybe if me and Jake we wanted to know if we get some Captain Crunch?"
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man, we be having
Put
a blast.
one sugar cereal.
Yeah,
you
I'm
have
okay.
to agree on it. One sugar cereal.
Jake, he said it's cool. He said it's cool.
It's just a good time, and then we got a podcast we record called Road Dogs.
Okay,
so we either do that at the B&B or we'll do it at the club.
Oh, hell yeah. That
Yeah,
gives
we
me
just-
something new to listen to. How long you been doing that? I didn't even know you
Well,
were
we
doing
got
it.
about
5
6
episodes?
I'll
Yeah.
check it out. Awesome.
About 5-6 months now. Then, 'Cause,
Yeah.
about every month or so when we pick like a road show. We try to do it sometimes every
all
road
of
show,
them.
but sometimes we're doing other things. Like lately, we've been doing a live DeAndre Q&A with the audience afterwards.
That's been dope.
Yeah, so we've been doing that instead of the podcast sometimes.
Yeah, that's been real fun. That Q&A, I just say a lot of crazy stuff, you know.
You just improv,
Well,
right?
you can take
Yeah.
on the character and just sit
That's
there.
what I
and-
do.
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I do.
that's awesome.
I go get DeAndre out of the back when I get off stage, and he come back. Then we got like a QR code, and he come to the phone, the questions that they ask, and then it's just fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you film that for social
Oh,
media
yeah, we
content?
film
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And is DeAndre on Cameo?
Oh yeah,
I
he on
figured
Cameo too.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
if we wanted to purchase, if any of our listeners want to talk to DeAndre, get him to like pump him up, you
Yep.
know.
Also, may I add, if your business wants a custom DeAndre video,
There you go.
hit us up because if the concept vibes with what we're doing, they'll drop a custom DeAndre video for you.
There you
Especially,
go.
I mean, we got like 3-4 million people that usually see him off all platforms. So I mean, it's a great.
I love it when you pop up organically too. I'll just be sitting there like looking at some dumb garbage, and then the DeAndre. I'm like, oh yeah,
It's
there he
fun
is.
because I get to say what I want to say. Nobody getting offended. When I made a Chinese restaurant and animal shelter, I was like, oh yeah, I can get away with anything.
Yeah, you just go
Well,
crazy.
the character. And then you
Yeah, the
hide
character,
behind the
the character,
character. Yeah. And then that's a way to hide, I
Your
used
true feelings.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
just
yeah.
be funny. It's a way to be funny. Imagine if there was a restaurant where it was a Chinese restaurant and an animal shelter together. That's the business.
That's probably
crazy.
are.
I shouldn't have left
Yeah.
That's where I bought my old lady who sews my merch. I was like, I'll take that one.
Jolly, have you ever been invited on a podcast that you'd never heard of, and then you did it, and then all of a sudden people are reaching out to you like, hey, I heard you on and you didn't realize how popular it was? Because I imagine that happens a lot nowadays where, like, because there's just so much stuff out there, it's impossible to know. Like, there's tons of stuff that have millions of followers that we've never even heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so as an entertainer, I'm sure, being associated with the mothership and being around that, I'm sure some other comedians are like, hey, come do this podcast. You're like, all right. And then you realize that, oh, it's bigger than I thought.
I mean, I knew how big it was. The funniest thing ever was like Matt McCusker asked me to do Matt and Shane.
Okay.
I
Shane
watched that
was-
one with you on it. Yeah.
Shane was out in it was like episode 500, and somebody wrote in the comments, "Hey man, this episode 500, way to go." But where is Shane and who is this black dude? So I was like, this is great. And they're like a little hate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but you probably don't get a lot.
Nah, I don't bother people, but it come with the territory.
Oh, I'm sure.
It can't
More
all
eyes.
be riding good, you
Does
know?
it ever bother you? Do you ever like see some comment and you're like, I'm
Because
sad.
you are having millions. I mean, yeah. Well, when you're on there, I would say earlier, maybe to kind of add on to what Tom is asking, when you were doing some of the golden ticket stuff, and you're when you were like a regular coming out on Kill Tony, they have some very, very strong opinions about the people that are showcasing on that show.
I have never read a Kill Tony YouTube
Good
comment.
for you.
I would never do that. I don't even
You
read
do
my
it and you leave it
comments.
alone.
Yeah, because I mean, them people are angry people.
And it never picks at you to want. There's never an overwhelming
you
curiosity.
can't let curiosity mess with that cat.
How
man.
do you not go? Oh my God! To me, it's like my dad's handgun. I got to get in there, put bullets in it, and start shooting.
What does it taste like?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I see the bullets?
Yeah. They leave a refrigerator out here. I crawl inside of it. I'm like, I got to feel what this feels like. You know,
This won't be the one.
how do you do that?
No, it ain't nothing good in there, man.
Jolly's got crazy discipline. If you honest to God,
Apparently,
I mean, think about it though, and I mean this. I've thought about this in our friendship. The day he just decided I wanted to stop drinking, he stopped drinking. The day he decided I'm going to move to Austin, he just moved to Austin. In Austin, he goes up every night. Like I've been visiting to do comedy there, and I'm like, maybe tonight we'll take up Jolly every night. He would go up right after he would do Kill Tony. So he would get done doing Kill Tony. He'd come out. He'd be like, yeah, I just did a hot minute. Millions of people saw, and then he literally would be like, let's go to this pizzeria real quick and do some time.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
the discipline, man.
How do you think you developed? Were you disciplined as a young person?
Yeah, I mean, I always had like some type of system I used to follow. It's just instead of like doing work for like somebody else, you just put yourself here. Like if you look at the outcome of stuff in life, when you do the work, you get what you want, you know?
Yeah.
It might sound wild. It might be a crazy pipe dream, but if you do the work, you got a better chance of, but you got to have a system.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Like,
So you've
Write
always
system down. We need a system.
Oh yeah. Well, how do you know what the system is?
It's an S. It's an S. Not a C.
I mean,
Started
just
with a
like
C.
y'all been
Put a C
successful.
on it.
Look how long
It's
y'all
a
been.
system with a C.
Look how long y'all been going, because
I
y'all
know.
got a system.
We do, but we need a better system.
You need that old black lady. God damn it, Daniel Dennis, what are you doing?
Where could we have been with a better system?
True. It's true. There's no telling.
You'd be in court suing each other for billions right now.
David Jolly, Miguel Colon, again, Laugh Out
Jake
Lounge.
Rika.
Jake Rika.
Jake Rika.
Yeah, you're getting like literally all of the guys that we know that I love on one bill. And I've never been to Laugh Out Lounge, but it looks really nice.
It's a good time.
It does look like a great room.
Dope. It is as official as any other club in the country for
Love
its
it.
size. It's actually really nice. Your name is on the side while you on the show.
I'm going to reach out to them because they
It's
got a
really
lot of
nice.
good acts coming through. Not just you
A
guys,
lot
but
of
like a
good
lot of
ones.
other stuff that they're booking. Like
That's Mike Lee's joint, man. Hit
Oh,
him
Mike
up.
Lee.
Yeah.
Mike Lee, great guy.
Great
Take
guy.
great care
Shout
of
out to
everybody.
Mike Lee.
Yeah, for real.
That's in Winter Haven. And again, Jolly's going to be at the Funny Bone June 11th.
Yep.
So get your tickets.
Come see him.
The Funny Bone. Guys, thanks so much for coming
Nah,
out.
thank y'all,
Thanks
man.
for being here. We love you guys.
Mama, we made it.
Yes, you are still making it. Keep making it and go see these guys if you can still get tickets, and we will see you tomorrow.